Well, unless there's anything else we'd like to go over before we begin?
They're coming out with Charizard versus Blastoise Crocs. Cool.
Oh, my lord. All right. 3, 2, 1. We got our first sponsor. We're super excited about it. Our music and audio is now brought to you by dSCRYB. If you're looking for just the right ambiance for your spooky dungeon crawl, check out dSCRYB's catalog of sound and music. If you're really looking to scare your players, then you can even use dSCRYB's narration tools as they perfectly describe the dungeon that you're about to enter. Pass the threshold of the storied place and find yourself in the first chamber. A hallway rampant with junk. Any carvings, statues, gnarled sconces on the walls have been obscured by the considerable piles of old and broken equipment. Slashed leather, frayed ropes, dented helms, soiled bedrobes, discarded by adventurers past, perhaps dropped in favor of plunder found deeper within. A trail cuts through the dragon's hoard of debris to the door that will lead you further in. You glimpse a skeletal hand hanging out of one of the mound's fingers, extending spider-like toward the door as if eager for spoils that might be left within. And if that's not enough for you, you can have access to pre-made maps, soundscapes, and their Foundry module to fit exactly what you're looking for on the fly. If this sounds as cool to you as it does to us, because we're really going to be using this in the future, it's super awesome, then you can use code DUNDER to get a 30-day free trial. That's code DUNDER at checkout. Links below. Thanks for listening, and thank you, dSCRYB, for checking us out and sponsoring the show. Welcome back to Dungeons and Dunderheads. You will notice we are missing one cloaca, as beautifully put by Sail earlier. Colby.
Sail.
I'll
blame it on somebody else.
Jeremy missed the ferry, so he's going to be a little bit late, but he's coming. Don't you worry. But with that, let's go around the table and say hello to all the other people that are here as we get into our big old multi-year campaign right at the end of it. So I don't have anything fancy for you guys at this point in time. So instead, I'm just going to go around the table, very calm, very collected. We're going to go ahead and just say our character's name, their class makeup, maybe a little add-on, just really, really chill. Okay, we got this. You got this. You first.
See, I was tending to be stressed and anxious about it, and then you made me stressed and anxious about it. Not a fan of that answer. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend. You knew what you were doing. You knew it was going to happen. Yeah. So don't. Just don't. Just don't. Sam, playing Kex, Hexblade, Warlock, Soul Knife, Vampire. Colby.
I'm playing Sail. My name is Colby. I am the Aqualad. We watched Nick Cage kill my character last night.
Praise be unto
Fey Bard, Fey Warlock.
Thank you.
Lizzie Beath.
Hello, I am Lizzie, and I am playing Alyssa, Tabaxi, Artificing Rune Knight. A little bit about my character is long walks on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Just loves playing in the sand.
Sometimes there is just some nice sand, and you just need to walk on it.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little twirl.
Yeah. Likes to create things, as artificers are wont to do, and is wanting to prevent an evil god from destroying magic and everything else in the universe. Pretty high stakes. Might want to rob a bank. Might not want to rob a bank. Kind of feels it out on a day-by-day basis. Very cat-like.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You see Alyssa walks up to the bank, looks at it, places a glass of water on top of one of the ramparts, and just slowly starts, do I not? until eventually he gets knocked over. And she's like, oh, well, you know, you're twisting my arm. Now I gotta.
It's basically like that with spell journals, too.
All right. Well, last we left off, you guys killed an avatar of the unnamed god. Snaps for you. Congratulations. As you went mano a mano with him for a little bit, realized, holy shit, his 2 hit is the same as Alyssa's AC. He basically can't miss. As well as the spell save DCs being insanely high and him hitting like a fucking Mack truck, you realized we need to figure this out a very different way other than just punching it in the face. Think about it. Styx pulled a card from his tarot deck. He got the reroll card, which there's only one of. Mm-hmm. Rerolled that into getting Kalimvor again. I wish I can make this shit up. The dice tell a better story than I do.
Jeremy do Jeremy things.
Okay, how come like Jeremy like rolls so fucking low all the time, and it helps him?
Just picked a class.
Picked a good class for it. Just Jeremy's been playing the long con this whole time.
Yeah. Who needs good luck when I can just wallow in the dirt and succeed?
I feel like we need to all pitch in and get him a fucking rabbit's foot.
No, he's just going to play a divination wizard next game. The low rolls are going to go to his enemies.
And take lucky. Halfling.
Imagine like him preparing spells every day.
Nah.
Widowy goaded, says Jeremy in the chat.
Oh no, he's watching.
So Jeremy Styx met with Kalimvor, and Kalimvor basically said just like, yeah, he asked him, are we even going to win this fight? And it's just like, no, not face to face. There's a way you can win though, is you need to stop whatever has summoned this entity here. You guys already knew that down in the catacombs of the Ebon Feather Temple, Temple to the Raven Queen.
Stop.
The catacombs.
No.
No. You guys already knew that down in the catacombs, there was a...
Living on the edge.
A story. Styx came out and basically came out from this small time stop to speak with Kalimvor and the unnamed god, trying to trick him into other options, different choices, and basically said, all right, we're not going to win this fight. We need to go deal with whatever's in the catacombs. That will stop this. So you guys split up very quickly. Kex going ethereal, literally running through the ground itself just to get there. Sail dropping back, grabbing Father Abernathy, and dimension dooring down into the catacombs, while Alyssa, Styx, Bastion, and Daniel and Portia went toe-to-toe, keeping the unnamed god distracted while they dealt with what was going on down below. It was rough. You guys held your own. Portia, the level 3 cleric of Kalimvor, got a natural 20 and smote him in the face.
Absolute legend.
Ow! Fuck!
Alyssa and Styx literally standing on this guy's toes, 10 toes down, ready for, just like, still here, like, can't stop me.
Can't stop, won't stop. No pain, again.
I didn't hear no bell.
Until Sail eventually got down there, found the bone that was hidden inside this coffin, grabbed it, and cast Dispel Magic, having to compete with a 9th level spell.
Styx had a thing on him that was also a 9th level spell, so we both actually dispelled a 9th level.
That's great. One of them ended the fight. The other one made sure your friend could, not die the next round. So that
was pretty good.
That's pretty cool. Pretty neato.
It looks scary.
Yeah.
Both of them, actually.
Yeah.
We're basically the same magical prowess.
That's true, yeah.
And one of them is a half caster. Crazy.
Wrecked.
After that, you guys essentially partied.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of the next session was you guys just drunk,
We needed a break.
realizing it was like, holy shit, if we don't party now, we're probably never going to.
Mm-hmm.
There's every chance the next time we step onto a battlefield, it will just mean death.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Kex went and did your guys' business for you. Speaking with Niv Mizzet, Jotun, about working together and getting some insights on setting up a ambush for one Professor Hurry and the possible undead corpse walking around of Yolov, Kex's former master and teacher.
Love that for me.
Yeah. No big deal. No big deal. It's fine.
It's good time.
With that, we pick back up. A lot of you having some of the poisons of the previous night leached out of you before going to bed. The majority of you having a nice slumber, quiet, waking up the next morning. With that, if I could, I need a few things. I need one person. Roll me a d4.
1.
1.
Found it.
I need one person to roll me a d8.
I'm not even gonna bother reaching.
1.
I get the next one. Both ones. Okay.
Can you re-roll, please?
1.
Can you re-roll, please?
4.
Okay. Can you pick a new dice, please?
God, to tell you something. Not your day.
It's never my day on this side of the table.
You rolled a 50. I don't want to hear it.
I
56. No, not another additional dice roll.
No.
somebody was like, a 30 is almost impossible, and I was like,
Is it? More like double that.
Almost. And then, if I could, how are you guys? Go ahead and take a long rest if you haven't already. And as you wake up, what do you all wish to do?
I'm getting up bright and early because everything needs to be explained to people because they were not in the right mind to hear it last night. So I might even be up before Sail today.
I am on a mission from God to make God weapons for godly man sticks.
Okay.
I get up and make breakfast.
You get up and you find that the tavern is hustling and bustling. Kex already awake downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You see Kex's mom comes down sheepishly, and Talony just, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
She'll walk up, take a cup of coffee. You'll watch her pull a little bit of whiskey, pour that in.
There we go.
Hey,
I was just about to start taking over your character.
Sticks around wing, grave cleric, hates boats.
Hates what?
Boats.
Boats? Oh, that's hurtful.
Why do you think we left the boat?
That feels targeted.
Yeah, we all talked about this without you. We said we're
In
going to
the-
outvote you
in
and
the
not take
separate
the
group
boat.
chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The sacred group chat.
no, which is just Kex,
The-
my link, and everybody.
I was just going to say, it's just a regular group chat. We just add a whole bunch of messages before or afterwards, and then you're like, eh.
You figured me out. There's a string of words to make my eyes go in different
don't
directions.
worry about that. It's
I was
random
about to
map,
say,
hold up.
this map looks very familiar.
Yep. So,
There was an unfamiliar map, and he covered it up with this one.
It looked pretty cool. It had purple in it. I don't know if
certainly
that's a
did.
spoiler, but
I didn't see it.
good. Yeah. So, Talony kind of like pours a little bit of whiskey into that coffee.
You shouldn't be hungover.
I'm not.
He's just a little.
Having a time. Okay.
having that time.
It was a wild night, so glad you all had fun.
Did you have fun?
I did something you'd be really proud of me for.
Go on.
I got Jotun and Izzy to work together.
Nice.
Jotun's giants are going to fix his legs.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I basically called them both idiots for not being willing to work with each other.
That worked.
It worked, yeah.
Damn.
Sometimes you just need to scold people into doing the right thing.
Yeah. I kind of was like, well, with what I just faced down, this couldn't be worse. It's impossible for it to be worse.
Yeah.
So
what was worse, being in front of the avatar or in the chamber?
the first time or the second time?
Like just in totality, like
The first time. It's very scary.
We had no idea what
When
was
we
going
didn't
on.
know it was there, it was definitely a lot scarier.
okay.
Yeah.
And the second time,
Scary looking at him.
okay. Did you have like the blood thing happen too?
What?
Like the blood coming out of the ground?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Was it just us then?
I feel like wringing blood from stone is this phrase saying that might apply to Endwind.
Door opens up. Tempe.
Buddy!
Hello.
Hey, Tempe.
Hello, Kicks.
Wait, aren't you the guy who like spied on us?
No.
It's very rude.
Yeah, then
He was the one that got caught in the crossfire.
I tried to stop him, and it wound up getting me like this.
That was
Oh.
Talim.
That is
Thank
That
you
is-
for remembering.
to be fair, I was only here for a little bit. Yeah. But
What is your name?
my name's Alyssa.
Mm.
Mhm. Do you like milk?
No. In
Oh.
fact, I wish to speak to you. I'm very hungry, and
Yeah.
Hunting small prey is not quite enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Let me go.
already did.
Let me go see if there's anything in the back. Something a little bigger. It's maybe already killed. Here, take a swig of this though. I'll give him my little.
Everybody go protect Leonard right now.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Not
Dimension
going to go
over.
kill Leonard.
I will buff him if I need to.
If you think that poorly of me by now,
Do you need
then
donations?
there's no hope for us.
I just don't know if Talim cares that much.
That's the wrong character's name.
I'm not a Talim. I'm Tempe.
You know what's funny? I haven't even thought of Talim until the name came up literally like 3 seconds ago.
Yeah.
I don't know about Tempe.
What?
Pretend that
I
didn't
think
happen.
you're good, bud.
I'm gonna take this. Take a couple swigs.
He's starting to vibrate.
He takes a couple swigs. It does not have the same effect on him as it does you. You're a Dampier.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
a full vampire.
Yeah. I'm gonna go try and see if we got a carcass laying around or something.
Do you need donations?
No.
As soon as he walks out of the room, over a cup, just I'll ring out a nice 5, slide the glass over to him.
It seems to level him out a little bit. You do realize he just came from outside.
Oh,
I go outside.
what time is it? Is it like
Morning.
dawn?
It should be morning.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh, it's because the sky's fucked.
Yeah, the
Yep.
sky's still fucked.
You guys realize you went to bed around probably 2 a.m.
Yep.
after all the revelry and drinking and all that kind of stuff. The sky has not changed.
Yep.
Yep.
Do we have a like a deer carcass or anything?
Yeah, go and give me a nature check first.
Sure.
Or Arcana, your choice.
Yeah. Doesn't matter either way.
At advantage.
Oh,
Natural 20.
20.
Okay.
Burn him early so we don't get him for
realize
hurry.
Already dead things will not suffice.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a true vampire walking around. He needs regular donations.
Yeah.
He cannot suffice on animal blood like you do, and he cannot suffice on things that have already been killed the same way you do. You realize with a natural 20, I wasn't going to give you this information, but natural 20 makes that a total of 24?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in a fledgling state at the moment.
Yeah.
There's a choice that can be made. If he goes full blood drinker vampire, he will become much more physically stronger, physically more capable, a true traditional vampire. Or Guildsrow has mind drinker vampires, which are physically more frail, but unlock psionic abilities by not just drinking blood, but also the memories of people.
I'll have given him 10
Both suck,
points worth.
but one is definitely...
You'd become physically less threatening, but unlock a portion of the skills that you have.
I'll go back in and kind of like, hey, where'd you get that?
Is
What does it look like?
Well, I was adding
your blood?
milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I was adding milk to it.
Oh,
I like.
he would. You tell me.
I like to imagine it starting to look more and more silvery, and almost like staying the color it looks like through your skin and your veins instead of oxidizing into red.
So, your cooking's really... Tempe. How you feeling? A little better?
Feel much better.
Okay. So all of you, Tempe, there's a choice we need to make here. Okay. You are very new to this state that you're in, and this can go one way or the other. You have two options, one of which I think is better than the other. You're not exactly like me. You're a full vampire, so you cannot feed on the kinds of things that I do to quench the thirst, so to speak. You need living tissue. Or you can feed mentally.
Mentally.
Siphon memories and thoughts, and you would be less physically altered, but you would start to take on the similar abilities that I have in regards to the psychic nature.
You can be a brain vampire or a blood vampire, and brain vampires are easier to live in Guildsrow.
One involves potentially needing to kill people, which I don't think you want to do.
I kind of want to.
No, you don't.
Let the man speak for himself.
You shut up.
He can speak his truth, and we can respond accordingly.
I can give him his truth.
Or you can feed off
Wait
of
like 2 weeks.
mental energies and sustain yourself that way. One involves maybe you not staying here, and one involves you still staying here. You didn't get to choose to become this, but you have a measure of choice now. But one will be frowned upon a lot more than the other.
Anybody who would like to, who has spent a significant amount of time in Guildsrow, which is actually all of you at this point, you can go ahead and give me history checks.
That's cocked.
What is this for?
A little bit of lore
20,
that may crop up
30.
24.
specifically to mind drinker vampires and their role in Guildsrow. So dirty 20,
24.
24.
Can I don't think Styx would be necessarily interested in the history. Could he make a medicine check on if he has seen any vampires come through, or if he's dealt with any, like either through the graveyard after being dealt with?
I Are you
I don't want to know. I don't want to know about the history of them. I want to know if I know anything about the
biology?
the biology, the anatomy, what they do to people.
Sure. Go ahead.
Mind
Actually, I like that a
specific?
lot. You go and take that at advantage due to your background in your particular god. I think that's a great idea.
So dirty 20.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go left to right. On my left.
Oh, medicine?
Yeah.
I forgot how high that was for a second. I thought it was a +4. Oh, I have a +4 in religion. It's actually 27.
Go. We'll get to you last, actually.
Okay.
We're going up scale here.
Toasty.
You know that there used to be parlors to that Mind Drinker vampires would open up, and they would openly advertise their services. You would be able to come in and unload bad memories.
Forget your trauma.
Literally forget your trauma.
Yeah.
You trauma dump.
Yep.
In the most
That
like
being
physical.
said, yeah. That being said, only consuming bad memories over a course of a long time is not good for the psyche of the vampire themselves.
Yep.
And they will start to become a little demented themselves. But that was an easy, quick way for Mind Drinker vampires to get a meal. They go around, or like they would oftentimes just wander the city at night, and they found somebody sad and down on their times. They kind of like kneel down, and they would just talk with them about it the entire time, taking.
Yeah, just taking a little bit.
Sahil, sometimes people get addicted to this service,
Yeah.
and they become more and more spacey as it goes on, as the vampire starts to take more and more, not just from the specific bad memories, but the things that happen around it, and then further and further until the person in question is just apathetic. They have no feeling anymore. And that is a way to actually make a Mind Drinker thrall.
Drain them of everything.
Yeah, you drain them of all emotion. And thinking back to the ones that you saw down in Tran Hajar, probably what they were. Mind Drinker thralls.
Yeah.
Medicine check. There is a scale of effects that can happen to somebody's brain that has been touched by a Mind Drinker vampire. A lot of the times, they're the portions that govern like how do I want to put it?
Frontal lobe.
Well, yes, the frontal lobe. As far as like decision making and all that kind of stuff, they become less active and a bit more deflated. You're chuckling because I think you and I are about to go to the same place. The wrinkles and things that indicate
Looking like a chicken breast.
Brain
like
pricky.
synapse connections and things like that start to deflate, and portions of their brain quite literally become spongy, even if you only got to them like an hour after death. They become like almost vacuous in some cases. Mind Drinker vampires themselves, after being killed, you realize actually have the opposite, where they will have a brain that is swollen so large that it starts to press against the sides. And they sometimes will go mad because they can't figure out how to deal with the pressure itself.
And does that seem to happen when they're feeding more often or on certain thoughts, from what I can tell? Or would I even be able to discern that?
With the medicine check specifically, I don't think you'd be able to discern that. That'd be more like having to do a study and ask.
They would
Like, hey, Mr. Vampire, what were you thinking of before you got mad? Like,
Okay.
what were you eating before you got mad? That being said, all of this information pulled together, these things happen almost in sequence.
Styx is thinking of like a mosquito. Like
Yeah.
it's becoming the belly of the mosquito as it's like sucking up thoughts and becoming swollen.
So
Need to, if you do go down the mind flayer, the mind flipper route, you need to be disciplined in your eating.
and
Because it can be long
you
term.
need to be disciplined in your eating in general.
Yeah, and regardless.
Right now, we're in a interesting area of time where there are a lot of bad people in the city. So feeding on those bad people in general, great. those can satiate you either way. But
What I was thinking.
right, there are also something you could do that is good with this and your need to feed. It might come at a cost in your own head, but you would be satiated for a time. There are a lot of people that have experienced a lot of very bad things here in the city, and you could take those memories away. Satiate yourself at the same time of taking away something that will haunt them forever.
There's actually like a bar, like kind of towards the Orzhov Quarter, that was a memory bar. People would go in and buy a drink and pay extra to have certain memories eaten by the patrons there that had a similar hungers to you. So that could be something you do here if you wanted to.
I know you don't want to be like the people that made you the way you are now. You are a good person, Tempe. So I don't want to see you indulge in something that you won't be able to control.
Do you know how I understand how to bite? I do not understand how to siphon
I can try and
emotion.
help
Need a
you.
test subject?
Would you be willing?
Pretty sure all of our minds would probably kill him.
I have a few memories that I wouldn't mind forgetting.
I can help you with that if she is all right with that.
I will try.
By the way, while this was happening, Styx has laid his backpack on the ground, and while Sail still has a wound, he's trying to like squeeze his blood into it.
No, I can't. I used a second level spell slot from my packed spells and healed myself.
Fuck.
You
Andrew,
bastards.
You're greedy.
Alyssa is
Fuck you.
thinking about something in her head, and she's wondering if when she dies, if she doesn't have memories of something, does that still go to the librarian?
Mm.
Certified librarian hater.
Yep.
Interesting.
You're gonna go to your afterlife drooling and smooth brain just to spite that guy.
Man, that's a great question. I have the answer in my head now. I'm just trying to figure out how Alyssa would come to this.
Intelligence insight check.
It'd be more. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Would I know from my history check if the memories that got eaten were digested by the vampire or remembered by them?
I'll answer that after this.
Yes.
I'm not going to do guidance. 18.
18.
And I'll do Flash of Genius to push it to 2023.
23. All right. You are sure you do not know the answer to this, but you know why you don't know the answer to this. Is you do not understand if this smooths over the subject's memory of it, or if it is actually well and truly taken out of their head.
If it's like locked up or removed.
Right. With your history check on this, it is not removed from the person's brain, which is why I want her to make this check first.
Oh, okay.
It is not removed from the person's brain. Basically, what the Mind Drinker vampire is doing is that they are taking the synapse connections, which represent a memory, right? And they are taking parts of it. They are quite literally damaging it, but it can be repaired.
Okay.
So if somebody had this service done, if they were
Regenerate.
and like regenerate, restoration spells, that kind of stuff could regrow the synapses.
So they're almost taking like the neuron connections. So
And
that
that's
it's
what
still
they're feeding
there.
on.
They're still there. They're just not like there's no power signal going
It's like
to them.
fading on
Exactly.
the electricity in your brain as opposed to the memory itself.
I will impart.
They do remember the memory though,
Yeah.
because they were hooked into it at one point in time.
Impart this information. Say Tempe will not have the memory after this. It will still be in the brain of the person that paid for the service. They just can't access the memory anymore because of brain damage.
With a 23, though, you think that could be... If you're already dead and on the other side, it will certainly inhibit the librarian for some time.
Okay.
So he would get a muddled representation of what it used to be. It's not that he won't be able to repair it over time, but it is another step of obfuscation. He basically gets an encrypted file now.
Makes it at least annoying for him.
Also, one thing, while this is being discussed, Six, after doing all of like the symbol and glyph of wording, is thinking like, is there a way to like basically nuke Alyssa's brain if she dies so that the librarian doesn't get anything with like either a symbol or a glyph of wording?
Blink.
With your medicine check and thinking all this over, she'd have to be alive for it, but you could mechanically do this where you could just up the nose.
Lobotomy.
Gonna get a double bot.
Tom, do you have anything in particular?
I was trying to think in my brain, so I never said any of this out loud.
Oh.
Right.
Oh,
I thought you were saying that you were offering. You said I have some memories.
I was going to say I had some memories. I never said which. though.
Yeah. My apologies then.
All right. Whenever Tempe wants to try, he's welcome to.
I will help him if you're okay with that, because he needs a little guidance with this. So
I'm preparing something against Tempe if things go awry.
I'm going to look at Tempe and I'm going to look at Alyssa. I'm like, one memory. Focus on the one. I will make sure he doesn't stray.
Okay.
I hit him with the inspiration.
I will do to bridge some gap here. I will mind link the three of us. An hour, so whatever, that's fine. I will mind link the three of us, and I will push my detect thoughts-ness, that consciousness of that into Tempe, and then try and basically like, nope, this way. Nope, this way. Okay, you're right there. Stay right there. Okay, you're done.
All right. Alyssa, if you would like to, you can go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw, or you can choose to fail.
I'll choose to fail.
Okay. Tempe will be making a intelligence. Yeah, he's not proficient in this yet, so this is just going to be a raw intelligence check. To delve into your mind. He'll have advantage with your help and the mind link and all that kind of stuff.
And a D10.
And a D10. That's actually a super solid roll from him already. He's sitting at 29 before modifiers.
Wow.
He rolled a 19. I got a 10 on the D10.
So he's at 32? 31?
31.
Yeah.
Because he was just a moderately intelligent person before.
Right, we good, baby. We
Yeah. So with your hand guiding through, what memory does he siphon away?
A memory of being trapped in the Sunhome Black site, where Alyssa was tortured and bled out for blood, and all of the screams of other people, and a lot of just the moments that weren't important for remembering like key details about like a person's like face for torturing, but more of like the suffering after the fact when they were done and just left.
You guys take a brief moment. Sayil, you see this. You experience this thought. Cax. You see this, you experience this thought, and you experience it in a very different way. Detect thoughts is normally just like you look over the surface of something, right? And so you can read through it almost like a book. You understand the things that happened during that, but you do not experience it. But while connected to Tempe in this way and using detect thoughts, like redoubling this effort, you experience what Alyssa experienced. Tempe experiences what Alyssa experienced. And as he pulls away, taking the memory, the rest of you guys see as around Tempe's temples, there is a brief, bright blue psionic. The veins for a brief moment glowing as there's a in his actual brain itself. And he
All right.
Feel better?
Well, let me give you one more to balance that out. That's a little bit happier, if you don't mind.
there's actual tears brimming in his eyes. He's pleased.
Okay, I will redouble my efforts. Unless you want to roll the check over.
Oh, he nailed it. We're just going to roll that over.
Okay.
I think that's pretty solid with the guidance that's going on.
Got above a 30 on his first try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alyssa would like to forget the specifics of how she crafted the gauntlets and the joy that she had while she was doing all of that.
Okay. Hell yeah. This takes a little bit longer as you realize Tempe is having troubles parsing through the specifics. This is such a higher level of learning than he's dealt with. And it's at this point in time he has to I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw at advantage for him because he's being guided. He succeeds. There's a brief moment where you realize he's about to stray further than he's supposed to, trying to dig into Alyssa's memories on how the arcane works. So he can deal with the memory that he's being given. And you corral him back, but he's already pulling himself back as he realizes, no, can't do that. Then he's just afterwards blinking his eyes a little bit, trying to
Do I see that all
ruins.
in the same way too?
Welcome to my crazy mind.
What did you give them?
Mind free.
I gave him some sad stuff, and I gave him one of the best moments of my life that I don't want other people to be able to find in the future.
Was it discovering Wilk?
No,
No, that one's too precious to ever get rid of.
I rediscover that every day.
He will.
It's called alcoholism.
Yeah, I was about to say the alcoholic in Alyssa screaming.
He walks up, and he's this halfling man, right? So he basically comes up to like your mid thigh and just gives you a hug.
I'm sorry for forgetting your name.
It's okay.
You feel better, Tempe?
I feel much better.
Okay, you should be. How good do I think he's going to be after that? For like
That'll suffice
a while?
for probably about a week.
Okay, it's like you'll be good for.
Yeah, Mind
We
Trigger.
all die.
Vampires in general don't have to feed super often, unless they become more feral.
That's not a need though. That's more of a just does.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, I feel like I can think again. Thank you very much, Alyssa. Thank you very much, Kix.
Of course, it's the least that I can do for you.
Bastion. I saw him earlier. He has asked me to pass something on to you.
Oh, okay.
While skulking about down in the Stone's Causeway, he's on his way back. But Professor Hurry is going to have a meeting at the Orshova later today.
Well, this
That's
kills two birds with one stone.
You don't know yet. I didn't tell you about the ambush or anything last night because you were drunk.
Weren't we talking about going to Orsova?
Orzova we were.
Yeah.
So we're going.
And we literally, I heard hurry, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's go fucking kill her.
Don't need any more details. Just
Yeah.
Well, Aglar will be here soon, and I guess the location of where this is going to happen just changes a little bit. Thank you, Tim.
Okay.
If you need to reflect or talk about anything that comes from that, just find me.
I'm going to do some thinking, and I will
digesting somebody else's thoughts is not necessarily always the easiest thing the first few times.
Do you eat thoughts?
Eat is not exactly what I do, but I probably could if I wanted to. I got enough going on in here right now.
Gonna shake his head at it, and you're gonna watch him just walk 90 degrees up the wall and just fall asleep, hanging upside down on a rafter. Ding, 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 as a few coins fall out of his pocket. He's like, no.
All right.
Mage hand them back.
I feel better now about him. I was a little worried there for a second that I was. Anyways, Aguilar's gonna be here momentarily.
I heard hurry.
Yeah.
Styx is this is still morning, so above table I knew what we were doing, so I changed spells, but in character Styx is swapping some stuff out right now.
Okay. Very
getting ready.
Powerful wizard, necromancer. She's sneaky because she was a handler. And she's potentially walking around with an either dead or somewhat dead version of Yolov. So
This will be light work for us.
no.
You see Sail has a peacock quill, and he is writing sheet music onto his hand that is disappearing as he writes it, as he's looking at Cabas's grimoire.
The necromancer is going for a meeting in Orzova. This is not light work.
This is my calling.
It's your specialty, but it might not be.
This is not light work. The best thing we can do is stop her from casting. We are gonna.
Styx isn't revealing his hand yet.
A very strong necromancer is going to the largest concentration of dead souls in Guild's Row. Be prepared.
Andrew, question. I took the spell with an intention, but I don't know. I thought I remember reading something about this spell about control. Would Styx, without having cast this before, understand if him casting Create Undead could take control from somebody else who's controlling undead?
So, we have done similar things before. Rules as written, no, that is not how it works. But what we've done before, and a rule that I quite enjoy, is being able to, you have a tug of war, essentially, with the person who's controlling them currently.
Okay.
So it'd be spell casting checks against one another.
Would upcasting... Oh, well, would Styx understand this? Like, I would have to...
You'd have to wrest control.
I would have to fight control. It wouldn't just be like an automatic, like, oh, I take
Correct.
them. Would Styx understand if upcasting would have any benefit? 7 for whatever kind of check this would be.
That's going to be an Arcana check.
Some 6.
Do you need help there, bud? Are you trying to think about magic? I can smell it.
Smell the gears grinding.
Alyssa wasn't really in the party when we had all of the falling out and meetings with
Hurry.
So I don't think
Very early on.
Yeah,
I don't even think we've maybe mentioned her once.
Really, really quickly, Alyssa, Professor Hurry was my handler for the Demir. That's who I reported to.
Worst
Friend.
person ever.
Oh,
Second
Okay.
to Harbeck Brownamble in the Pendant.
we like him.
She took over when he died.
Okay.
Extremely powerful necromancer.
Okay. And she's dead?
No,
The pendant fell.
she's worked at Tempe.
She's the Demir handler that is currently probably running the Demir side.
She's probably running all the intel right now.
She can run these fades.
You're telling me she didn't go down with the ship?
When Tempe just said that she's about to go for a meeting with the Orzov, no, she did not. I've been tracking her for over a week.
Really?
I have told you this multiple times.
Did you?
I did.
You've been pretty distracted with the
Alyssa, I saw the memories that left your brain. You didn't forget this.
All right.
It's called selective hearing, Ken.
No,
We all know you implement it.
It's called selective thinking.
So
24 miles.
I'm just saying, you need my help.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't. Pardon me if it's rude that I was expecting it.
No, it's fine. Just could you please say the words, Alyssa? I would really like your help, please.
Alyssa, I would really like your help, please.
Okay. Anything you want.
I would like to talk to Mother Morose after we go to the Pale Guard and talk to them about the
It's just that, like, I just would like to, have you ask for my help specifically.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why?
because it's polite.
All right. I'll
Okay.
keep that in mind in the future.
Okay.
Styx is going to hand a glass to both of them.
Daniel will just. Alyssa,
Yeah.
could you pretty please, with sugar sprinkles on top,
I
help
like
us
this.
fight undead hordes?
Glad you mentioned the undead hordes. I did actually help because I made a spray can.
You made a spray bottle?
I made a spray bottle.
Daniel, this is one of those rare times that I actually really want you to come with.
phrasing, darling.
Both Styx and Daniel are going to look at Kex like, what the fuck?
Now you know why I wanted the please?
You just artisanally craft backhanded request.
Daniel, you can smite him whenever.
He's undead. Hello.
Oh, great. I don't get to apologize before Aglar's here. Yes, come in.
Open the door. You guys will see that there is a squad of Pale Guard arresters outside. Aglar popping his head in. Just, last time we went through this.
It wasn't that great.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know why this time. Can you explain?
Come in. Don't. Just, you know the drill. Don't.
I'm gonna let you know now. The cuffs are gonna slip off when you put them on.
Yeah, they're not going to work very
I
well with
can't.
us.
I can't help it.
He smiles and slaps cuffs on you anyways.
Yeah, he's. He was bluffing. He was.
I am made out of water.
We have a change of
I did it.
potential
Cast
strategy.
in large on the
here.
cuffs.
Got some information.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What this guy?
Don't worry about him.
The vampire?
He was somebody who worked at this bar. And
He
then
works for us.
The incident happened with my.
Is he getting workers' comp?
Do you guys like gambling?
He did just get workers' comp. Actually,
He got a week's.
he
worth
just
of work
got a
stuff,
week
yeah.
worth of workers' comp. Actually, yeah.
And I don't hand out my blood lightly to anybody, so he should be happy with that.
Is Aglar going to be helping us?
You do, actually.
Okay.
Literally everybody who's asked, you've
Myself
given it
and
to
all
them.
them.
Why are you narking on me in front of the cop?
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
Can't pretend like it's a commodity when you're like, ooh,
Aglar,
fucking.
location change.
Over here, like,
Oh.
Not. We just got word. Bastion is on his way back, tracking Hurry and Yolov. They will be meeting in the Orzova today.
Dude. Just my 2 cents from one tactician to another. Do you really want to wait till they get there?
No.
Okay, so same plan probably works. Ambush them in the streets.
Do we know where she's going to be
Okay.
coming from?
Good, because I already have people
The stone's
setting up.
all right.
Can I, with like the helmet that I now have, can I just inspect the people who like arrive to make sure that there's nothing like weird going on or people who shouldn't be there that are invisible?
Sure, of course. Go and give me a perception check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
How perceptive this cat is. Would Aglar have gained any additional information in the time that between like last night and now? I'm assuming he's been
He's been rallying the troops.
okay.
We've been the intel gatherer.
Seems fine. You see that a couple of them will have like sigils and stuff on them, but they do not seem to be harmful by any means. They look like wards things like that have been placed on them by, you'd presume, the rest of the Pale Guard.
Plan of attack.
Well, I'll be honest with you. That's kind of why I wanted to come speak with you. I knew Yolov fairly well. And if he has half his brain about him still,
Deadly.
then he's going to smell an ambush. Professor Hurry is a very intelligent lady. So I think that the idea that we're going to lure them into an area is probably not going to be good. I think we should probably actually
Hit him.
hit them on the streets or loudly start speaking to them on the streets. Make it a show.
I can.
That way that they are incentivized to stick around. That being said,
I have an idea.
how are we going to lock down the spellcaster?
I also have a couple of ideas.
You give me 1,500 gold pieces and ruby dust, they ain't going anywhere. By the way, I need to look for that.
That's not a joke either.
Yep.
We have a couple of other options. I have this, and I'll show him the bead of force. He can put up a wall if the option of the ruby dust doesn't work. I think he got a new spell he really wants to try. But locking her down is going to be the most important. Distracting, though, I might have an idea. So, I know it wouldn't be your most favorite role you've ever played, but how do you feel about pretending to be me for a little bit?
I could do that with extreme ease.
I think we all know you well enough, Kex.
That's why it wasn't a question of how well you could do it. It's how badly you would not want to.
Just
There are
promise
two-
you your feelings won't get hurt.
There are 2 Kexes in the room now.
Oh, Kex.
So,
What is your favorite thing to do?
Brood.
He's already got it. Aguilar is already.
Daniel.
No.
I could be the bait and make a show of it, or I could lie in wait and strike at Hurry right away while you make a more show than I
Can
can.
anybody read minds in this room?
Yes,
Tempe, how easily can you tell us apart?
that was what I was about to get to.
He will drop from the ceiling. You smell tastier.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
real.
I can't it's an option.
Goddamn, Tim's rolling rocks over here.
I can sit. I can be the distraction. Because we know that I will get both of their attentions, or you can, and then I can ambush.
I'm saying if Yolov gets within 10 feet of me, he's going to know.
Yes. So that was part of what I was.
I don't mind being the bait. I think I'd be probably good at it. I'm just saying it's going to have it has a shelf life.
Kex, I do genuinely worry with Yolov being involved. I'm wondering if you're going to be okay.
He's going to die. He needs to rest.
What if there is words that come out of his mouth that only you and him may know?
Then they come out of his mouth and I listen. He's somebody who should be dead right now. And he will be dead by the end of this. That is what he deserves. And that is what he's earned.
My only other question is, do you want it to be by your hands, or are you okay with anybody?
If it's Hurry, I do not care about. She can be turned to dust for all I care. But if it's possible for me to send Yolov off, I would consider that a gift.
I have an idea if you want it.
Do I have to ask for it, or are you just going to tell me?
I mean, if you could, no, I'll give you this one for free. So,
It's a weird high horse you're on right now, Alyssa.
oh yeah, it's great. I was just in the bar, and then then you disappeared, and now you want the help. But I could have helped last night too. Just saying. if you want, I can teleport you in. I'm pretty far away.
How far?
Up to 100 and let me actually check.
If it's Vortex Warp, 80, 180.
Yeah,
I have a 4th level spell slot, so
I think I can.
Damn, this is like Cyberpunk as fuck.
Yeah, if it's beyond,
150.
I can run faster than that.
Never mind.
But maybe a teleport of
I will-
Sail out.
We're going to stay together first, and I'm going to cast invisibility on you to give you. I know you don't need it, but
Do it on yourself too.
I have greater invisibility too, by the way.
greater invisibility might be better.
Sticks. We need to not be seen. Both of us.
Oh, no. I'm gallivanting in.
No. Sticks. I'm being serious. We need to not be seen.
My goal?
If they catch a whiff, they are gone.
Well, both of us stink.
Yeah.
So
But the whole fucking place we're going to stinks.
Tempe? No.
Sticks. Until it starts, please try to stay hidden.
My goal is to arrest control from Hurry. I'm going to try and deplete her of resources. And
And the best way we can do that is if she doesn't know you're there.
I'm not
If it's a
stealthy.
surprise, we have a better
I
shot.
can put greater invisibility on you if you want, or anybody. Or I can
How does
teleport
greater
people
invisibility
in.
drop with...
Is the ruby dust possible, Aglar?
On this short of notice, no. Period.
Kind of figured.
He will take a step back and point outside.
No.
Not sure if you've noticed.
Yep. Yeah, no. Yep.
Yeah.
Have you been outside?
Yes.
Yeah, so has Tempe. And that's a problem.
Yeah. It's nighttime.
No, that wasn't like a quip. That was
The
like,
air.
what about the air?
I'll go poke out.
It is oppressive.
Yep.
And you see fog and mist is like licking up from the ground itself. And just in the bit of low light that you have from like house to house, building to building, it is almost like the fog is taking up the form of skulls. There's a skeletal hand. It is. We have been getting reports that the people are just getting picked up and strangled where they stand.
So I think attacking Orzova and the anchoring point to the Shadowfell there will help reduce this effect. Hopefully. But yes.
Can I speculate with Arcana as to how somebody would be able to force choke with air?
I'm going to ping Eyes of
Please do.
Grave.
As the grave goes off, you start looking around. This is not an undead effect.
Does anything happen? Or is it just like there's no undead around me other than Tempe and Kex?
Tempe, Kex, Shalissa.
Nope.
You do notice a few townsfolk walking through that ping as undead.
What do they look like?
They look like normal commoners.
They don't look like thralls.
No. Give me an insight check.
21.
21. Stopping and thinking about it. This probably has to do more with the discordance. Magic is starting to shift and alter. It's starting to become more hostile as you guys are getting closer to the Shadowfell itself proper. And while it is not the undead, like reaching out, there are things called invisible stalkers. That is a type of air elemental. They're normally used to assassinate like officials and stuff like that, but this is exactly what they do. They are unseen. They just sweep up, grab somebody, and go on.
Do I see any outside?
They're made of air. They're not invisible per se. They're just literally made of air.
So they can't be pinged without magical vision of some kind?
As you're looking around, you don't see any.
Okay.
You're not quite sure how they would wind up interacting with your helmet, is what I'm saying. because they're not under an invisibility type thing, they are just see-through. It's kind of like looking through a glass at a distance.
I was, I guess I was wondering if, you know how like you can see heat because of the way that shadows manipulate and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's exactly what you and I are actually on the same page.
Okay.
You're not sure if that's how it would pop up or not.
Okay.
I think
At the moment, you are fairly certain there's nothing currently out there.
because your helmet gives you true seeing, like
Yes.
the spell. True seeing doesn't say anything, so it has to be like a magical effect, hidden doors, or on the ethereal plane. So if it's just the fact that they are like invisible, like inherently without magic, then it probably wouldn't ping. Or you would have to like look really hard.
It's about
With the helmet, though, you maybe Sail would be the only ones that'd be able to pick up on this. Possibly.
it'd have to be very focused.
Yeah.
I don't want to pop true seeing this early because we have important stuff to do today.
I can pop true seeing for you, but 21 for insight on the peeps.
On the peeps. They look concerned. They don't look hostile. They look concerned for sure, though. A little confused as they're kind of like walking through.
Of the couple, okay, so how many people are outside, and how many of them have this like undead effect on them?
Guild's Row is very, very quiet compared to how it normally is. There are already a ton of people that have been shipped out, right? You guys are pretty much in the middle of week 2 now. The majority of the town proper, or the city proper, has been evacuated for people who have that opportunity.
Are they doing like?
So
Are they doing the major like city hubs, like let's say like for comparison, downtown Seattle, and then working their way out?
Exactly.
Suburban.
Suburban.
Yep. So what they're doing currently is like you see people moving through doing that right now. So it's much more quiet than normal. But you still looking out. You guys are on a major town square. There's a bunch of infrastructure that has been put up due to the current fighting and everything like that. So there's probably a good 20, 30 people meandering out there, hustling and bustling, doing what they're doing, not including the guards outside. And you see 2.
Can I get one of them and like go to them and be like, hey?
Yeah. You approach this dragonborn woman. She is a silver dragonborn woman.
Silver Dragonborn, is that kind of rare in Guild's Row?
It's become more common as of late to see dragonborns, but honestly, it's been more common to see chromatic dragonborns. The Guild's Row is like this major place of commerce most of the time. So when the chromatic regnum fell, that's where a lot of the former slaves and stuff got shipped out to Guild's Row and were given like a stipend. Precinct 3 did a lot to help them as refugees. And so they were just given jobs here to like pick up, rebuild, and then war followed them. Not really followed, but it's separate wars now displacing them again. So as you see them, it's not weird to see Dragonborn now.
It's just become a lot more common in the past couple of years. Hello.
Hello. Are you? She looks back behind you, seeing the pride skull. Your sticks.
Oh gosh. I guess our name precedes us. I just wanted to check in with you. You seem particularly you seem uneasy. Is everything okay?
Yes, and she will point down at like her leg, and you see that it is just crushed. She should not be walking.
So Styx is gonna be like, oh hey. I'm gonna like bring her. I'm gonna be like, hey, your leg. I'm the healer. I just want to take a look at your leg. I'm gonna bring her to the pride's call, and I'm just gonna kind of give everybody a glance, like, hey, like let me do something real quick.
I want to roll a check while this is going on, but I'm not sure what kind of check it would be.
Medicine.
Kex thinks people aren't dying.
That is such a broad check.
Yeah.
That's such a broad concept.
Well, like-
I would just hold on until you get more evidence.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be like, okay, hey, we peeked our head outside. Let's go back in. Bring her in. I'm gonna lay her on one of the medical cots. I'm assuming it's still there.
Yeah, she sits up, throws a leg over. You guys know there are a few more medical cases and stuff around here that they need to get put back together a little bit more before they're shipped out of the city type of deal. They're not good to move yet.
So I want to start wrapping up her leg. I'll burn like a healing word, but while I'm doing this, I want to be casting Identify.
As a point, healing word does not take effect.
Excellent. Okay.
You start to wrap her leg up. She shows no signs of pain.
Okay. Does it look necrotic? Or broken? Or what kind of like?
Give me a medicine check.
24.
24. Looking at it and how just messed up and destroyed this leg is, the fact that there are not active flies and maggots trying to infest this thing, where you see no active cleaning has been done. There is still grit from whatever thing fell on her initially, like stuck in there. It's filled with like gravel.
So I'm gonna be trying to pick out the detritus. I would probably ask somebody to like break off a stick so I can make a splint of some kind. And then I'd be casting Identify while I'm doing this, like keeping one hand on it to try and see if there's any magical effects that are affecting her, specifically looking for undead, control undead, create undead, something.
So, no specific spell has been cast on this woman. There's nothing like that going on. There's no control over her at the moment. But it is the thing that you get back is the unclaimed.
The unclaimed. Like unclaimed souls?
That's what you think.
Okay, so what would Styx like? I'm assuming this is somewhat familiar. Where was it familiar from? Was it from the Shadowfell?
Yeah. But
There's the blue people who are walking around and not getting picked up.
Yep, they're just looking
or hadn't been picked up yet.
more fleshy.
And you're stopping. She is solid. She's completely solid. Everything that is going on. Thinking about it, your initial thought is probably correct. She's dead and still walking. She just doesn't know it yet.
So the healing word didn't take. I'm gonna mark off that spell slot. Can no effect on undead. So Styx is gonna finish wrapping her up and give her a splint, try and clean out everything he can, and then be like, oh, well, hopefully this will help you walk.
Thank you.
Of course. And I'll ask Sahil for a granola bar. Give her a granola bar. I'll be like, well, doesn't seem to be a thing that she likes, does it?
She's like Ash.
I'm so sorry. Sahil, I think you need to tune your cooking instruments. Well,
I will stab you.
I'm gonna like swivel my head and like my pupils will become like the size of my eyeballs, and then I'll swivel back to her.
Brought into my head.
I will swivel back to her. I'll be like, well, if you need anything, you know where to find us.
I'm trying to find my wife.
Where was she last seen?
We were I've been wandering around looking for her. Last I saw her, we were towards the blister coils.
Yeah.
And that's under the pendant, correct?
Next to it, yeah. We were there when it fell.
You sure were, weren't you?
Well, we're actually going to be heading that way. What is their name? What do they look like?
It's Renee.
Renee. Are they
She's a human woman.
human woman? Okay. We'll look out for her. Will you be in this area?
If you allow it.
Yeah. I will. We are always in this area. We'll come and find you.
She will kind of nod. Is there any way I can help?
You want to help? Just if any of the doctors or the casters around here need any help with anything or grabbing anything, Talony or
Small stuff. Small favors.
Adrian.
I'll start boiling bandages.
Very good.
Want to help go dig a grave?
She will limp away. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. As soon as she's out of earshot, I will get everybody together and be like, she is not alive.
Yeah. I could
Yeah.
gather.
So seems to be kind of like a 1 in 10 kind of thing around here nowadays.
So we just got
So the souls,
nice zombies wandering about right
so
now.
the souls are starting to wander around here because the Shadowfell has bled so much in here.
I don't want to be that guy. Do we want to quarantine the dead people?
I was
know if
trying
we
to get
could.
her out of here just in case.
I figured if we want to start quarantining them, we want them somewhere we can find them.
They
Or-
seem to.
Mr. Judge, Jury, and Executioner, you can send her off somewhere, can't you?
Haven't really tried without just killing somebody.
She's already dead.
All the more reason for me to not know what the fuck to do.
If anybody's going to know what to do, it's you.
I tried to heal her. No healing magic, which is unfortunate for me. I don't know if this is just I don't get to heal people now.
I healed
She's
myself
dead.
earlier.
Right? So
I think
why
you
would...
can't I think you can't heal dead people.
She's dead. That's why you can't heal her.
Duh.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I think we need to find a way to ascertain what exactly is happening. You are writing a lot.
This is going to take a few hours.
Well, we have a current task.
Novel? Are you writing our biography?
On my hand? No.
Yes.
We have a current
Why not?
task that we have people staged ready for us right now. We need to go.
I'm copying spells out of Cabas's book.
We will do that.
We deal with Orzova.
I guess we'll head that way.
So we're going to Paleguard and then Orzova?
Is there anything we need to do while we're
We're
here?
going.
While we're here?
Yes.
Alglar's here. We're going.
Oh, we're swinging now. All right.
He will check his watch. He actually has like a small pocket watch on him. He goes, yes, we need to go. They will be probably heading through the Stones Causeway in about an hour.
All right.
And you're going to be me.
I'm doing Heroes Feast as well. That is going to take 10 minutes, I think.
Takes an hour, I think.
No fucking shot.
Put it in that
Yeah, if you do it.
morning.
I didn't understand timeline, so I guess we'll skip out on that.
We can use it later.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would have been probably restuffing a bear. And I sent you a message, and everybody else here except for Jeremy. Anyway, I'm giving the tiny servant the command and a spell storing item for Vortex Warp. So if anybody says, please, Alyssa, they can have it basically teleport them around, assuming that they choose to fail. I wanted to specify that it was only like the party members. So that way no like random baddie would just be like, please, Alyssa, and then teleport next to us or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it?
I am transcribing spell while we walk. If possible.
Yeah.
Well, when
If
we
you want a
get there,
wheelchair, I could push you.
Somebody cast levitate on me and tie a string.
My Sail balloon. All right. Above table, you guys have a handful of soldiers, a law mage, 2 veterans, and a Feldenar. A Feldenar is this horned lion creature.
Yeah.
They're subordinates, they're celestials of Judge Asperia proper. You even have winged Feldenar, which are the same thing but with wings that can fly. They can, much like her, hear lies and make judgments and stuff like that. They are known as Asperia's executioners quite often because they are used specifically for large missions like this. This is what they go out and do. This is her version of like a fire main angel, if you were from the Boros.
Okay.
Yeah. So large, tanky, do a decent amount of damage. No spell casting on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll impart to Aglar on our way of.
Sorry, I just read the spell. I had to pee really bad. Casting time is 10 minutes for Hero's Feast. Do you think we would have enough time to do that?
Ask Imperator Aglar.
We have an hour to get to the Stone's Causeway.
How long would it take normally?
We are crunching time right now.
I think we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Okay, that's fine.
On the way down, I would kind of just tell Aglar, and he probably already has this idea of like detain her if possible, but if it becomes necessary, just kill her.
Oh, why would we detain her?
Information.
Thank you, Aglar.
Okay, we can talk to her corpse. I'm on kill mode.
Okay.
He's on beast mode right now.
I do not know what the value of whose information would be at this point.
I would just use Speak with Dead to call her names.
She's a necromancer. I don't know. Just shot in the dark. Don't know if it'll work.
Don't care. I would still call her names.
It's fine.
I rolled something by accident. And the dice rolling mechanics on this tablet do not like.
Oh, yeah. That's chunky. That is chunky.
Oh.
Talking a frame a second.
Oh.
A couple of frames a second.
That's like a frame every 2 seconds.
1.5 FPS. That is your result.
Initiative. All right. I got a 20 on initiative.
Wow. It only took 30 seconds to roll.
Took a bit.
Okay. Well, I guess we're moving. Six probably while we're walking would tell everybody his like general plan of like, look, I don't like necromantic magic, but if me casting something means arresting control of a necromancer, then I will do it.
Please.
Okay. I was gonna say, is there anything that you can maybe do to help me out with getting stunned and then losing, 30 seconds and
Not get hasted.
yeah.
I have freedom of movement.
Is that concentration?
For the
Nope.
caster.
No.
No.
Not.
Not?
No, we've
Done this a few times.
we've done this a few times. Not
This
at
is
all.
I think freedom of movement is just better than haste. IMO.
Yeah. If you
2 actions versus
before we get into a scrap, that would be awesome. If
Dropping concentration and being stunned.
Don't drop concentration.
That is, you know what? That's a great suggestion.
Yeah, you know what? Make a good case.
But yes, I do have something. I have that.
Yeah.
I have greater restoration.
That's
if
pretty.
it looks like we're gonna get into a scrap, I would appreciate that.
So, what is find familiar? Is there like a range where they can be within? Can I like perch my familiar on Alyssa's shoulder?
100 feet.
Okay. So my goal is I'm gonna like stuff my raven in your somewhere where you can try and keep it safe. And if needed, I can greater or is it greater restoration for paralyzed, stun, or is it lesser? I think lesser's for stun.
Use your spell.
I'm just wondering if anybody knew off the top of their head.
I think you can't get rid of stun with lesser.
Greater is definitely.
Blind,
Yeah.
deafen,
But
paralyzed.
freedom of movement also makes it so that can't happen. So
You can't. Stun still goes through freedom.
So it will remove
Yes.
stun
Yeah.
on
If you
cast.
get
Yeah.
stunned,
the previous necromancers we've encountered though do paralyze.
Yeah.
Lesser restoration gets rid of paralyze.
Yeah.
It also gets rid of ability score reductions, one effect reducing target's hit point maximum, which is probably big for this. One curse, and one effect that charms petrifies. I don't know about charm, but I'm still taking greater restoration.
Isn't it the same spell slot though?
No, greater is 5th level, lesser is 3rd.
It's like and freedom movement is probably
Lesser
4th or
second.
something.
Yeah.
I have the spell in front of me at 2nd level. That's why I can do it with my warlock spell slots.
Yep.
Get them back quickly.
That's a pretty map right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I recognize this map.
A little bit.
Yeah, that
A
was
little bit of a different tint this time.
that was the the Star Eater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
With
frosty one.
also Sticks would probably go over with everybody just what he took, because again he's trying to arrest control. He's pretty sure necromancers have to use verbal, so he's taking silence as well.
Who has the
And my 8th level is anti-magic field.
And I have this. So it's Beads of Force.
I took Fabricate.
know
Also, my minion has
this.
spell storing
It's
Vortex
same.
Warp. You get to say
Force.
please Alyssa, and then it'll can teleport you. New party members though.
So does it have to be on the person, or is it a ranged spell cast where it can like point?
It's 120 feet at 2nd level.
So please Alyssa is the
yeah,
code word.
the code word. It only will work for Broken Wings members.
Excellent.
And like Daniel and Bastion and basically Broken Wings.
Yeah, but did Bastion ever get back?
I did it.
So, as you guys are going out, he'll just link up with you.
Okay.
Is there any additional information he would give us?
I was waiting for you guys to be done
Planning.
planning.
Cool. I think we're mostly good.
Yep, I'm ready to go.
Good.
Cool.
All right. As you guys are making your way through the city, heading down towards the Stone's Causeway, appearing in front of you guys from like a pit of ash, essentially.
Oh,
Bastion, like,
yeah.
okay. Big meeting today. She's not alone. She's got a whole contingent of mind drinkers.
Love that.
Batterable by you yet with your.
Only one way. My CR is now 4, so we'll have to see.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know. So just to let you know, they're gonna be going down from Stone's Causeway and heading towards Orshova. So if we get there first, then basically they have to come through us, unless they want to go take some scuzzy routes, which they haven't done yet. I don't know why they would do it now.
The intent is to stop them before they get to Orzova, especially hurry.
All right. Well,
Rip and tear.
yes, sir.
Are you good?
Kill, hurry as fast as possible.
Just fist bumps all around. Goes to
Or if you
Aglar,
can-
gives him a fist bump.
If you have if you have an opportunity to rain a good chunk of fire on a group of mind drinkers, do it.
They seem to be moving as a squad, so I figured I was just going to drop a fireball in the middle.
Good show.
I like your thought process a lot, Bastion. You are.
There are going to be plenty of places for us to set up. So I think if we get there now and beat them, we'll have a little bit of time. And with that, the map is here.
Yep.
This is where the mind drinkers are going to be coming from.
Okay.
They're not there yet.
Okay.
You guys have time to set up. This is an ambush.
Yes.
So, with that being said, I will go and ping some areas because to make this a little bit more understandable, there's a few square notches here and here on either side of the stairs. Those are roughly 20 feet above this ground floor.
Yeah.
As you guys are moving through the Stone's Causeway, that is actually what the water looks like right now.
So what? We haven't seen anything.
We haven't been down
Like
the Stone
this.
Causeway in months.
Well, I'm just saying, like, all of the effects that we've seen affecting, like, magic, fire, stuff like this, we have not seen something,
Just Nixium-esque.
It is Nixium-esque.
but it's more.
Seems more vibrant, almost pulsing.
Can I focus in on it?
Of course.
Is it remotely my domain, or is it?
This
part
is
of
the undersea.
Yes.
So it is not your domain. This is not part of the river of the guild's realm. That does not mean you can't focus in and ask some questions, though.
This is the black water tank.
So this is not directed by a spirit that I have a kinship with.
No, it is not.
And this is not under the purview of Mother Moros.
No, Mother Moros has never been tied to water. Tolosaval had the river and the undersea.
Oh, okay. So now somebody
So it's right for cleaning.
else has moved into the undersea potentially.
Potentially a bad touch.
I'm gonna pee in it.
So if you'd like, you can try and extend some of your Fey consciousness towards it.
I will just do that as a light surveying sensory blip to try to get an understanding of who has control of it. I am not trying to assert control.
It is alien in nature. You don't even believe it to be Fey.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just so you all know, I may be fighting the sewers later.
Oh man, not
We
again.
can help with that.
Maybe.
Well, we'll find out.
So we're here now, and we're waiting for them to come through.
We're
Yeah, you have. I'm saying you have opportunities to set up.
we're about
Okay.
to set up. Yeah.
So I
Super
have
mermaid.
symbol.
Okay.
And I'm gonna set this up. It's a 1 minute casting time. I just don't know exactly what.
Read the spell.
There's death. It's like Glyph of Warding, but juicier. And instead of a specific spell you put into it, it has effects. So death, not one that I'm taking because it's necrotic, but it's 10d10 necrotic.
Sure.
Discord, each target must make a constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a target bickers and argues with a creature for 1 minute. During this time, it is incapable of meaningful communication and has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Fear, each target must make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened for 1 minute. On a failed save, while frightened, the target drops whatever it's holding and must move 30 feet away from the glyph on each of its turns if able. Hopelessness, each target must make a charisma saving throw. On failed save, the target is overwhelmed with despair for 1 minute. During this time, it can't attack or target any creature with harmful abilities, spells, or other magical effects. Insanity, each target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target is driven insane for 1 minute. An insane creature can't take actions, can't understand what other creatures are saying, can't read, and speaks only in gibberish. The GM controls this movement, which is erratic. Pain, each creature must make a constitution saving throw or become incapacitated with excruciating pain for 1 minute on a failed save. Sleep, each target must make a wisdom saving throw and falls unconscious for 10 minutes. On a failed save, creature awakens and if it takes damage or if someone uses an action to shake it. And then stunning, which is wisdom save, stun for 1 minute.
I say the charisma one or the stun one.
Stun, a stun creature is an automatic crit if you hit it.
Yes.
Okay. And then,
But yeah, so I would say the stun one or the charisma one would be the two that I would pick out of that.
and it's a 10-foot diameter, which means it's a 20-foot sphere, right? No, diameter.
Diameters all the way across.
So
All the way.
putting it at the base of those stairs and the front of the bridge.
So I want to put it in a choke point, and I want the trigger to be hurry walking over it.
I would say my thought is fake Kex posted up on that bridge.
The one over the water?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try to slow them.
Okay.
And that's 120 feet. So if I'm within 120 feet of the top of the staircase, that works for me.
I'm gonna try. I mean, obviously, we're trying to gank hurry here. Like that's the goal.
I'm going to slow her. So
What's the
If-
rules around heavily obscured?
Disadvantage
I'm
against.
moving tokens around. I would ask you to Google it.
Okay.
So going down those stairs, Andrew, the bridge. I'm just because it's so dark.
Blinded.
It's darker. It's kind of hard to tell. The bridge is the only
So I have
like
a fog cloud.
walkway. The
Erasmus,
only designed walkway
and,
when you go down those
I
steps,
think
right?
that can make it so they
Correct.
can't
Okay.
see.
Like
to
obviously they
teleport
could
out for, like,
mount walls and climb
visual
over shit,
spells.
but like that is the
That
only
also means we
designated
can't-
walkway.
and we
Right,
can't
cool.
attack them.
Yeah, but
How
if we
foggy
get
is
the
it
drop
down
on
there?
them, then we do it. They can't.
Not nearly as
teleport
foggy as
out.
upstairs.
Or like
As
Misty
above.
Step,
There's
for
a
example.
low-hanging mist, yes, but
You can't Misty Step out.
It's
for
fairly
dark sight.
damp.
Okay. The reason I ask is if I used my innate fog cloud, it wouldn't really blend in if I conjured it anywhere specifically.
We were
Probably
talking
not.
about the same spell. I was saying like for fog cloud, I think it would make it so they couldn't Misty Step out.
So
Because they can't see.
Yeah.
I have 2 ideas with where to position most of the troops and stuff. Either where Andrew has them right now, if there's enough places to hide, to catch them right when they hit the bottom of the stairs, or on the opposite side of the bridge so they cannot use that designated walkway.
I think any of our guys with range should be up on the sides with 2 of the soldiers, so that way there's kind of armed contingents flanking, and we have the bigger guys hiding down where we are.
Daniel's gonna stick with me, and we're gonna be frontliners.
I think you could probably flank up on the tower and have a...
Oh, I'm going to be like on the side of the tower.
So Daniel and I are gonna be frontline. We're sticking together so he can give me his aura, and we are
aura farming.
I am aura farming.
Are you using your concentration at the moment?
No.
Okay.
For what?
I was gonna say, could you cast invisibility on my little?
It's not concentration. I don't think. Wait.
It is.
It is. The one
Unless
you
it's
do
your
for
feature.
yourself is not concentration. That's a special one you do.
Your special feature one.
Yeah, that one.
It's shadow touch, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. It's invisibility no matter what. I'll double
Look
check.
up the spells.
It's been a while since I've cast invisibility on anybody.
I was just gonna hide my little like tiny servant somewhere. If it was invisible, then it would be harder for them to like nail down.
Visibility is concentration for 1 hour.
Yes, so it is concentration.
So I have Kex on the side of a tower. I have Bastion, who has gone up on top of these stairs over here, looking around the corner. That way, when they pull up somewhere, he can just fireball. Sail is on the bridge, acting as a distraction.
Just kicks.
Which
Guys.
one is Aglar?
The big
He
boy?
is
No, the big one's the lion.
this one right here.
How many of the squad are ranged combatants?
None of them,
Okay.
except for the precog mage.
So I'd say stage a couple behind you on the bridge, and then stage the rest down in that pit. And we can just sandwich.
How does that look? I'll give you the precog, 1 veteran, and 1 soldier.
If the big lad could hide up on the ledge to the left of us and jump down, maybe.
Yep, the lion could hide.
He might have a better hiding spot up there where he's less noticeable.
I want to make sure that there's no way that
They can
Yolov has range on being able to pick up thoughts.
Last question. Where should I put the symbol? My thoughts were either at the bottom of the stairs, because that's when they're going to be choking up to go around, or at the top of the stairs.
Right above the bottom. Like couple
Middle.
steps up.
Middle of the
Yeah,
stairs.
couple steps up from the bottom. So that way they don't even have a chance to do this.
20 foot diameter?
10-foot diameter.
10 foot diameter.
diameter.
It's enough to cover the stairs.
Okay.
Symbol is the name of the spell?
Yeah, it's 7th level.
Whew.
It's spicy.
It is spicy.
I could have taken that as Sail, but I didn't think it fit.
I think symbol is really good, but it's
There?
also yeah, that's good.
Are
And then
you-
the effect that I'm using is going to be stunning.
It-
So each
are-
target must make a wisdom saving throw and become stunned for 1 minute.
Range area touch 60-foot sphere.
If wait a minute. It is a 60
If you
foot
choose,
sphere.
if you choose a surface, the glyph can cover an area of the surface no longer than 10 feet. The effect is 60 feet.
Okay, so that's where I'm placing the effect. The surface, or sorry, that's where I'm placing it on the
symbol.
surface. The effect is 60 feet, so
Yes.
it should hit. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it'll hit everybody.
filling a 60-foot radius sphere with dim light for 10 minutes, after which time the spell ends.
The glyph is nearly invisible, requiring an investigation check against your spell save DC to find it.
Yep. Okay.
So it's a, I mean, if she's looking for
So,
it, she
Yeah. So
most
as
likely
soon as it
find
gets triggered,
What's your spell save DC?
not 19. No, it is 19.
That might be your love's passive.
it might be Yolav's passive. But it says it requires an investigation check.
So if they're looking for it, they're going to find it.
Well, Yolav is a master of. Can you trigger it whenever you want?
I set the
decide-
trigger.
You decide what triggers the glyph when you cast it.
I want it to be within range of hurry.
Well, with its 60 feet radius, you don't even need to wait for her to step on it. You can just go, bop.
Let me see.
If you can just trigger it whenever you want.
Sorry, I haven't used this spell and it's kind of complicated.
You could literally you decide what triggers the glyph. You could literally say when I say boom or whatever, and it'll go off. So you don't have to, because it's such a big radius. Why wait for her to step on it?
Would the real question is, would Styx believe any of them to be able to detect it?
I would very highly advise you that Yolov could.
Yeah, they probably can.
You could make it trigger off of.
You can make a trigger off.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Could I make the trigger if this glyph is perceived to go off?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
It is.
But what happens if they don't find it at all? Then it never
Typical
goes off.
triggers include touching or stepping on, removing another object covering it, approaching it within a certain distance, or manipulating the object that holds it.
I would say no, only because you cannot tell when they have perceived a thing.
Okay. So then can I make...
You'd be basing it off of a universal truth, which you have no concept of.
I want the actual trigger. Can I select two creatures, either Hurry or Yolov? Or do I have to select one?
You can designate
You can further
creatures away, included in.
You can further refine the trigger so the spell is activated only under certain circumstances according to creature's physical characteristics such as height or weight, or physical kind such as that affect
Vampire.
hags or shape changers.
Vampires.
Okay. So, and then what is Hurry?
He's a human.
To the best of our knowledge.
Tiefling.
Tiefling.
Tiefling. Okay. So the trigger will be if Yolov or Hurry, the Tiefling Necromancer, or the Vampire Soul Knife?
Vildalkin.
Veldalkin.
Veldalkin Vampire Soul Knife.
We don't know exactly what Yolov has become.
Vampire Veldalkin are within 40 feet of the glyph.
Okay.
That it will pop. I'm trying to set 40 feet as like,
They're
most people
inside.
can see within 30 feet of it. Like I'm basing my knowledge off of Kex and like his investigative background.
If I could have the squishies next to me kind of hide like maybe down to the right behind something. So they aren't visible.
And I'm marking off this.
Okay, hold on, Jeremy. Each creature in the sphere, when the glyph activates, is targeted by its effect.
Yes, that's why I'm doing 40 feet and I'm centering it on Yolov and Hurry.
It affects us.
It gets us. Each creature is targeted.
So about that freedom of movement.
Well, if he uses something that stuns, if we step in,
Well, it's also move it up here.
yeah, if you put it way up there,
Or you guys can move further back. There's way more map.
I'm just saying that
1
now.
minute is a lot of time to prepare, and I am assuming that this, at worst, will incapacitate.
We've taken over 10 minutes with this discussion.
Yeah. What effect are you using? Of all of them, what effect are you trying to use?
You get to pick one
You got to
effect.
figure that out.
It affects everybody that's in the area. I want to get the fight done.
Yes.
I do think stunning is best.
Okay.
Okay. So set it further up.
Further up,
We
to
don't have to
avoid-
worry about getting caught in it, and warn all of our allies that if you jump in, you might get stunned.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay with that.
I feel like that.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then we can even say
Range spells.
the trigger is when they are leaving 40 feet of the center of the glyph.
That
All right.
works.
So when they pass.
Yeah.
You can refine even more. So basically, it means when they hit this spot right here.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
That's fine. Sorry, this is
Yeah. It's
No, we're
Trav said it
workshopping.
gets
That's fine.
we're workshopping. That's why I'm
you're good,
reading
you're good.
the whole thing thoroughly. I'm like, that would have gotten all of us.
we haven't really been in a situation where it's been like, yeah, we have prep time.
We have the ambush. Yeah.
Yep.
Usually it's us getting fucking bent over the barrel and shown the 50 states.
So, that isn't concentration, right?
No.
Okay.
It is a one-time effect.
If you want, you don't have to. I'm gonna set up my teddy bear to be like kind of close to that pillar by the big dude, so that way he has line of sight to be able to teleport folks in. I'm probably gonna teleport myself in and get right next to her when the effect goes off?
Yeah, the spell lasts for 10 minutes.
What?
The spell lasts for 10 minutes. So for 10 minutes, unless it's dispelled, you have the risk of getting stunned.
No.
Okay.
It lasts until dispelled or triggered, and then the effect it has once the effect is done. The stun effect lasts for 1 minute.
Oh,
It's a pop. Yeah.
I thought if you go in with any point of 10 minutes, you are stunned.
If you enter within the minute where the stunned effect is going off, you have to make a save against it.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go do that so that way I can teleport in and try to counterspell.
I didn't even get to hear what you had said. Where would you like to be?
So I want to be over by that big dude. I'm just checking the line of sight requirements. So that way I can vortex warp in next to hurry, and I just want to be making sure that I can like see that point. Oh hi.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Alyssa.
look at that.
What is that thing on the top right corner? Never mind, it's gone again.
It's Bastion.
No, there's a little symbol that's popped up a few times while Andrew's been doing map stuff that looks like...
It's Bastion concentrating.
Oh, it looks like 2 hands.
No, it's a brain. It's
Brain wheel.
Brain wheel.
It's concentrating on a spell,
Cool.
which he's not concentrating on right now, which is funny. Boom. Line of sight requirements. This is a large pillar here,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't be able to see them
Until they come down.
until they come down. The actual steps.
Okay. Where would I have like a good line of sight to be able to go like 120 feet, which is pretty generous in.
Bastion is.
Okay. I'll just hang out with Bastion then.
He's on a rooftop, I think.
Yeah, he's up some stairs and a little ways away.
Put me with where Alyssa was, me and Daniel.
Won't
I think-
have line of sight.
Won't matter with how the trigger is done.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to be able to get into the fray really quickly.
Okay. All right, I think we're set. Need to roll some stealth checks?
Yes, please.
I will be Kex. I will sit down on the bridge. I will pull out my dagger, and I will practice throwing it up and wrist pocketing it.
I will tell you guys right now.
There you go.
Oh, I need to roll for Daniel. I need to pull up his stat block. You sent it on Discord, right?
I believe you.
Tell me right now.
Yep, I got it. I will roll for Daniel.
Daniel.
You know the best part? That's my middle name.
All right. Because there's so many people going right now, I don't want to hear unless you have failed. So I'm going to tell you guys the DC. The highest DC you have to beat currently is only a 16.
I fail.
Fail. Okay. All right.
It won't let me roll on Daniel's sheet. I'll just use the modifier. Disadvantage. What was the DC?
16.
Yeah, Daniel fails.
Bastion fails too.
There's no way all of us are going to make it.
No. I can't
But
fail this check
It
anymore.
frankly doesn't matter until they come into line of sight. So if this trap goes off the way it should, won't matter anyways.
25 to be Kex. I rolled low.
That is a
they're
low
not
roll for
fighting.
Kex.
Roll a 35.
They're all just taking cover. They're not really trying to stealth in the same way, like hiding in shadows. They're just like
Up against
ready to
the
hit
wall.
things.
Everybody's just ready to go. Like, they're waiting for the pin to drop. Yep.
I'm gonna eat before we get this started.
That's good call.
Solid call.
Anybody else need to do anything? Open a can. Do you have an energy drink?
No.
Would you like one? We have plenty.
Oh, I'll take one.
Would you like peach Red Bull or Monster?
I'll take the peach Red Bull. Don't tell Becca. She's actually working for Monster right now.
Do we want to put this in front of it?
Do you want this monster instead? I just cracked it and took a slurp.
Do you want that? No, it's fine. It's fine. I like the pink Red Bull. I just
Oh, this is
legally, I am legally
Jeremy,
contracted.
This one came out today.
Wait, this isn't.
This white.
Oh, this isn't the
That's
pink
not
blossom.
Wild, that's not Wild Berry. This is the summer edition. This one was not in the store yesterday.
You know what? I remember this one. I had it in Japan last year.
Oh,
I had it in Japan.
All right, I'll just
No, it's good.
It's myself.
This is my favorite one. This is straight up my favorite one.
It's the most Jeremy sentence we've heard today.
Actually, I had it in Japan.
Actually, I had it in a different country that you
Well, you
haven't
think
been
this
to
is pretty
before.
cool, but I've actually had it a year ago in Japan.
It's so weird. Like Japanese energy drinks are way different. Like
So the sugar's different.
it's so weird. Also, they don't come in like the monster cans. They come in all of them. Come in cans like this. Even the monsters, they don't have like the fat can.
My friend who's living in Barcelona right now to teach English to kids is just dying because there's no energy drinks like at all.
Well, there's good coffee.
It's coffee, but she's used to stimulants, not just caffeine.
Has she tried cocaine? There's a lot of that over in
There's a
fucking
lot of
Barcelona.
that in
Like cocaine.
Barcelona. Yeah. She's been loving it, but it's a struggle for sure.
I got baking soda. Yeah, I got baking soda.
It's a Barcelona's very agriculture heavy. So like the food, awesome.
One of my residents moved to Barcelona.
The food and everything's awesome, but it's like the gyms, the supplements, all the stuff that she likes over here is very far in between.
Yeah, like I went to. I sent you that picture of the Japanese gym where it was like bear strength, and it was like the logo was like a jacked bear, like
Yes.
flexing and screaming.
Because that is how they look at us and go
brother.
like, yeah, this is what tourists would like.
But the thing is like gyms in Japan are very like you would have a hard time going.
I
to
wouldn't be
gyms
able to go.
with tattoos. Like
Yeah.
you're not supposed to show tattoos at gyms, which is like weird. I'm assuming there's plenty over there that
Tokyo,
can.
I've done a little research. Tokyo would be like the only city I could get away with it in, and that's just because it's so highly touristed that they would just kind of like, we kind of have to let.
I'm not gonna lie, you walk up and ask to do like a lift day and pay money, they're gonna look at you and they're gonna be like, yeah, bro, whatever. Whatever you want. Just don't rob us.
I know that over in Japan they really like big dudes and they love red hair. Like red hair over there is a big thing.
Gingers and then certain skin colors they love. They just find it very interesting.
I had when I was in Hawaii, I had people wanting to take pictures with me just because my beard was red. Like it was super strange.
Is there any celebrity lookalikes you have?
Now, Tormund from Game of Thrones,
All right.
but he's kind of
Please say that's not the vertically impaired person.
no, the giant fucker.
Literal giant fucker.
Oh, he fucks giant?
He's so strong because he's suckled on a giant's teat.
Yeah, he's based off the Thumbling myth from Grimm fairy tales, essentially, where you were. I researched this for Grimoire's Grimoire. There's a whole thing where like he's so tiny he can't help his dad in the fields, right? So then a giant walking by, his dad's like, "You can't even help me. Look, there's a fucking giant about." The giant just goes like, "Sup, homie?" Grabs the kid and just keeps going. And the dad's like, "That's mine."
He drank a bunch of giant smoke and got strong.
And just got jacked.
Yeah, because they're like, "Oh, you're just a baby," but they were almost a full grown man. So it's great.
Deception check. 20.
I don't.
Nat
I
20.
think they just didn't care.
What are they gonna do? Throw a pitchfork at him? He's not
Yeah.
gonna.
Oh, you look like.
I'm
you could
assuming
use
we're
a better
rolling
life.
initiative now.
Well, you guys are gonna be getting a surprise round off.
Yeah, but
But
you still would like us to have it beforehand.
for the initiative itself, if you could please, that way we know.
Oh my
God. Things may go
This is the
hot.
second time I've rolled 2 5s.
Oh.
Alyssa.
I rolled a
13.
halfling one.
Oh, Daniel.
For Daniel, let me find a dice for him. He gets this one.
I feel like Daniel should almost have these dice.
Does
Be the counterpart to those dice.
Daniel has a card now.
Yeah. Ooh, he has a. Oh my god.
He has a
He's
picture.
had one.
I just haven't been able to notice. Every time I see
Daniel got a 5.
every time I see the little white thing,
He's a
I
minus
assume
one
that
to
that's
initiative.
Daniel because that's what he was for a long time.
He has a -1 dex.
23. Oh, 19.
Sayil.
6. I rolled a halfling one.
And Sticks.
6.
What'd
What's
you
your
get,
dex?
Alyssa?
13.
Okay, not bad. Sometimes middle of the pack
Do
initiative
the
is a
same.
good thing.
We have the same.
I am half proficient in initiative rolls.
Okay, so he goes before me.
What's your deck? Yeah.
I have a +4 to initiative because of
I have actual advantage on initiative rolls because Sentinel Shield though.
yeah.
Still roll single digits.
I rolled 2 5s. I'm gonna.
He's about to symbol Kex.
I just walk up behind Kex daylight.
It wouldn't do it.
Sunbeam.
Do I need to roll for my
don't
tiny
have it
servants
anymore.
initiative, or does it just go to the end? It doesn't say in the spell.
It's on
List.
both. We've already went through this. Yes, it is.
I already checked.
Sunbeam is a legacy spell, dude.
Oh, is it because it's like
He used it in
Xanthar's?
Critical Role.
It's Xanthar's.
No,
right?
it's because they changed the spell books. So instead of them having different schools, now it's just cleric spells, druid spells. It's different now, so it shows up differently. So clerics normally wouldn't be able to see the spell. That's why you see it in 2024, because clerics have it in 2024.
What about Sunburst?
So your tiny servant normally cannot attack, which is why it does not have an initiative. It's not supposed to be in a combat.
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it specifically even says the servant does nothing other than defend itself against hostile creatures.
There's a lot of retconning that's gonna happen.
Yeah, see Jeremy. Right there. 2024.
I think I really enjoy your thought to have it being like a ticking time bomb.
It's a bomb.
It's
Yeah, it's
definitely
about-
a blissful thing.
So I'm going to say it goes at the end of your initiative, and you need to use a bonus action to command it to go do that.
So,
That's fair.
just to clarify, I don't have it being a time bomb this combat. It just solely exists to teleport people around with the item that it has.
Right. The original
Yeah.
use of it was that.
Okay.
So I will just say that it goes at the end of your initiative.
Okay.
So. All right. Well, at the top of this, you guys hear marching. There is a column of Mindjerker vampires walking through. They're moving. And then Sail, you see them stop at the top. You see them stop at the top of the stairs looking at the symbol as not Yolov, but Hurry was the one perceptive enough to actually see it. As they're walking through, she stops, turns around, looking at the center of this, and squints her eyes at it. She immediately starts to look around, and she clocks you and those down below. The ones with you, right? The people off to the sides, she cannot see.
Okay. The guys directly behind me, I asked to go down to the right so they weren't out in the open,
Oh, I'm sorry.
if possible. And you were
They
dealing
still
with a
clock
lot.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're dealing with a lot. You're supposed to block him.
In that case, I will give these guys checks real quick. That'll be for... Okay. I'm giving them these at advantage because of where they're at. Yeah. So she clocks you, throwing a dagger up and down, and you watch her literally. Oh, did you really think this was gonna work? I've been wanting to speak with you for quite some time. As you see, standing right next to her is Yolov.
You're an asshole.
So, what is it?
I'm looking for you.
I haven't really been hiding so much now, have I? Come, speak.
I guess I'll walk up a little bit.
Middle of the grate here, okay?
Sure.
I'm gonna move the camera.
I've been missing Yolov.
Well, I have him.
Back.
You want him back. I don't really think he wants to go with you. Do you? And she'll, kind of with the back of her hand, caress the side of his cheek. as he just stares vacantly forward. Oh, I don't think he wants to go with you. No. Unless there's anything else more important, I do have a meeting I need to get to. So, what's this?
What's
This glyph here.
I think it's to scare you?
You think?
I didn't guess.
Oh. And she will go to dispel it. I will say, you guys have an ambush here. If you'd like to start initiative right now, you can.
Does Alyssa have range to counterspell that?
Alyssa does not have sightline to counterspell that right now. There's a massive tower right here.
All right. Well, I don't think I have the range either.
So, would she understand what level she would need to use Dispel Magic?
Nope.
She'd be just trying.
She's just attempting.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, that got spotted. So I'll cast slow and try to get the 6 in front.
All right. Well, because she saw it, there's not going to be a surprise round now. It was really dependent on if she noticed it or not.
Yep.
Her passive investigation was 21.
I figured it would be.
So with that, we're going to use the initiative that we have now because she's clocked you guys. You guys knew she was coming. So with that, top of the initiative order, Kex. You see Sail go, well, and start to cast something. Covers blown.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cover's blown,
Well,
but she still doesn't see where I am. So would I still get a sneak attack if I went for it?
You're still thrown at advantage. You're right. She doesn't know exactly where you're at.
Yeah, it's going right for her fucking dome.
All right. You run up the edge of this.
I don't have any sort of teleportation that could have triggered it.
you. Well,
I
There's
couldn't have
still,
targeted that.
she doesn't know what
I
the
can
trigger
target
is,
it.
and she hasn't dispelled it yet. So,
my little guy was there, so you could have teleported in for range on counterspell, but it's fine.
Mechanical.
Natural 20
Okay.
on the dagger.
Okay.
Coming right at her. So that's a 30 to hit.
Yes.
No, okay. Yeah, sorry.
So it was a natural 20. You were going to hit.
the
20
Necromancer actually has an AC of 35.
15, 20
Shield? Yeah, she's a wizard.
plus.
And wizards are
38.
hopefully wizards isn't that great.
I thought about
59.
59. Hot damn.
I thought about trying to
Yeah.
cover it with an illusion.
59.
Rolled a 22.
Right between the eyes, there is a awful scream that comes out from her as she.
And right before she can react, she gets hit with another one.
Hell yeah.
Won't do as much damage. Does a 17 hit?
17 will hit.
Okay. That will be 11.
11 points.
Just right when she's going, right again. Not
right.
as hard hitting, but just kind of like, fuck you.
You got it.
And then I will bonus action hide and scamper off. Is that kind of like if I went off and to the right, further up from where Bastion and Alyssa are, am I still getting line of sight? It's kind of hard to tell.
Question's hard to track.
So directly up from where Bastion is that just another wall I can be on and I'll still have line of sight? It's kind of hard to tell what's the structure and what's the ground.
Yeah, so this is still a big old dome
Okay.
that is overhead. You basically ran up the side of one of them and through. Where you're at right here, that's 30 feet of movement that I scooted you by. Actually, you have 45, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So I'd be stealthing again.
That's 40 right there. That would give you direct line. So if you want to take one step back, hide, and then you'd be able to just duck.
31 for stealth.
31. Understood.
That's my turn.
You got it. That'll bring it to...
Hey, guys, she's mad.
Good.
Echo.
Hope she dies mad. Fuck that bitch.
I think mad is her resting emotion.
Does she have to use her action to dispel that? Okay.
So that's kind of like now they have to worry about that of like.
That would have been such a good. Retrospect, I should have made the trigger somebody trying to dispel it.
I think that's too much.
I think that's too specific.
That's bordering on what you tried to do with, when somebody investigates if it's there. That's the same kind of thing.
I think that would pop the trigger, but also if they didn't have a way to dispel it, then it just would never go off.
All right. Yolov, not being told what this is and not knowing what it is. Just trying to think about, all right, if I was Kex, where would I go? And flanking that direction, right? Understanding this is how he trained Kex to operate. And is trying to meet him there. Went through the trigger because they don't know what the trigger is.
Goddamn right.
So everybody within that circle, including Kex.
I thought he narrowed the.
Nope. You can't narrow the field of effects.
Oh.
He narrowed the trigger.
It was Yolov or Hurry.
Okay. Go on a minute. So what do I got? What save do I got to make?
It's a wisdom 19, I believe. Let me double check.
Can I see Kex from here?
It's done, I thought.
Kex is stealth with a 31.
Yeah, you can't see me.
Wisdom 19.
Yeah, wisdom 19. Probably not going to make it.
And tucked around a corner.
Yep.
And up some stairs.
All right. No was great.
Damn. If I had
Anything.
anything.
Did you get like an 18?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay, hurry. Sucks to suck.
Yep.
Eat fucking
Hey,
shit.
if I got the one hit on her and then
Yolov's fine.
that sucks for
Figure.
me.
You got a natural 20.
Ooh. He doesn't have a minus? You?
No. Fuck no.
It actually has a +7.
Yeah.
What is he?
Not a normal person anymore.
Not what he used to be. And when you guys saw him, he was almost as strong as I am now. The first time.
And for the mind drinkers, they got... I think they all just missed it with an 18.
Excellent. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, but Yolov is...
So there's only one person that has economy with their
So I'm
actions right now.
stunned for a minute.
I got you, brother.
I hope so.
So seeing as that there's no effect on Yolov since he passed, correct?
Yep.
Correct. No.
All right.
I thought. Let me double
On
check.
the
I
stun
don't know
one,
if
I
there's
don't think there's an
damage
extra.
involved.
Not on that one.
You're incapacitated and you can't speak.
Yep.
So everybody is stunned except for Yolov.
All right. He will turn the corner, coming face to face with Kex, as there's no cover anymore for him to be hiding behind, as Kex is just slumped on the corner. He had to use his action to get there, though, so that's the end of his turn.
Oh, thank fucking God. He could have killed me in one go because he would have auto crit. And he's a rogue.
That'll bring to the Feldenar, who's going to look over at Styx and be like, do you wish assistance?
What are they?
The lion.
The lion.
A celestial being of Asperia.
Would Styx understand who has been stunned based on his spell going off, or would he not know?
Multiple targets got hit. One succeeded. You cannot see, though.
Okay, so I would relay that. Everybody but one is stunned. Go for it.
Asking if you want help.
Oh, what? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He will scoop you up
Yeah.
and jump with you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what. Okay, let's go. Can he bring Daniel?
Not while doing this.
Okay, that's understand. I'll be like, Daniel, hurry.
Make an athletics check.
Literally.
Hell yeah.
Killer. She didn't do anything. I don't think there's anything you can roll to like save at the end of your turn or anything, is there?
So they have a standing leap, so you'll watch them just stop and jump themselves up, grab onto the ledge, and pull themselves up.
Yep, stunned for a minute.
Boom.
save.
They have no more movement, though. So instead, they will dash, seeing that everything is all fuckered up.
Oh, fucker.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Right there, getting you right on top of Hurry.
Okay.
And that is going to be their action. They'll bring to the precog mage, who's all the way down here.
We just made this combat encounter way easier for Andrew.
Yeah.
It's an ambush encounter. I was expecting it to be like this.
That's why I did my week's worth of research on what they were doing.
Of course.
It's exactly what I wanted, aside from the stunning thing, but it's fine.
The precog mage is going to break cover, seeing as everything's gone. Fubard, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45,
I know how to fix this.
5, 60. That's going to be their move. They'll bring to Bastion. 15, 20, 25. Coming face to face there, seeing what has happened to Kex. He's actually going to use his action to relocate Kex behind him.
Oh, fuck yeah. Who is this?
Bastion.
You're my man.
While using his bonus action to become a werewolf.
What did he do? Had he just pick me up?
Yeah, literally
You just go,
move you.
That's funny. Bastion is my guy.
I do not have line of sight on this. Do I hear any of this interaction?
What type of interaction?
Passion movie.
The Bastion transforming, or like any sort of movement or activity that's going on in that area.
You hear some scuffling up there.
Okay.
Yeah. Bastion is not quiet at the moment. He failed his stealth check to be in this.
Yep.
So
I just don't. I don't need to see people to use slow,
cool.
and I don't want a metagame to be like, I think it's over there if I don't have any sort of input.
Yeah. Alyssa. You can now see Kex as he's been dragged around the corner, and you see he's just slumped over right there.
Yeah, he's probably fine. I'm gonna.
As he's like,
I'm gonna bonus action make myself bigger,
Okay.
Yerp.
and I can do that before or after I approach Yolov, whatever is going to be the easiest.
Every step you get slightly bigger.
Yes.
I love that idea, actually.
Dramatic.
Every step I take.
Yolov goes shit.
You watch
Yolov would know who you are.
I think you might have to use feline mobility to get to.
Well, what is? Why would I have to use that?
Because Yolov's like
You start right
45
here.
feet
5,
away.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, then I guess I will use feline mobility, and I'll try to get on the other side so we can flank if possible.
Like there?
Yeah.
Nope.
Cool. Then I'm going to start attacking Yolov.
Go for it.
Okay.
The Duke's up. Yolov.
First one is a 27.
That'll hit.
Second one is a 23.
That'll hit.
Okay. So let's roll damage. So that's a 21. Wait, that math is incorrect. So it's 6 plus 9. So for 15 on the first one.
15.
Yeah. And
What?
then
You have to save against the stun.
that's,
No, that's
not
not-
what we talked
Yeah,
about.
It's
It's a
pop.
flash.
It's a
It's
one
pop.
time.
Yeah, that's what I tried to argue.
The effect lasts for a minute, but the actual pop is only once.
Yeah, it's not like a 10-minute.
Can I keep
anybody
rolling,
who
or-
walks in is stunned.
Okay.
Yeah, once triggers the glyph glows, filling a 60-foot radius.
So that's going to be a 9.
for 10%.
Sorry, an 11 plus
That's
9,
the
which is
initial
20. So 35 damage for the first 2 attacks.
Hold on. How much was the second attack? That's all I want to know. I
Second
already
attack?
marked the first.
Oh, 20.
20. He will uncanny dodge, bring this down to 10.
Well, I'm not done.
Okay, it's
I know.
So I need to add the d6 for the big
It.
hit, which is
bigger
5. So that'll be 25.
25 reduced to 12.
Yes.
So another 2.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm going to action surge and attack 2 more times.
Oh, yeah.
Yarp.
That's a 15,
15 will miss.
21.
21 will hit.
Okay. And that'll be 21 damage for the second.
Nice. You like a blur. Every step getting bigger. And first one makes solid impact as he kind of like brings his arms back in. Second one, you swing, hitting him in the ribs, but he manages to actually push off before the full impact actually clocks him. Third one, he ducks under. Fourth one, as he's down like this, thinking he's all slick, you immediately come up with a knee that he was not expecting. You see one of his teeth fly out.
Bang.
Cool. I still have movement, yes?
That was 45 to get there, I think.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that I got line of sight on Yolov and this person. The Hurry. Yeah.
You'd have to come back down here then.
Could I go behind him instead?
You wouldn't be able to go through his space.
I thought I could use like more movement to do that.
We've ruled that you can do a check for it before. If you'd like to do a contested check, I suppose.
Is that athletics?
Your choice.
Okay. I'll say that it's athletics.
Okay.
+2.
Go again.
Got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
Let's go.
That is also a dirty 20, so it goes to the attacker.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that being said, this corridor is very small for you. If you go on the other side of him, well, you're going to be squeezing.
What does that mean?
Is that the roof of the
You're gonna
tower
be a little
causing that
restricted in your
perspective?
movement.
It's like a 5-foot walkway.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 5-foot walkway. She is 10 feet wide.
You might have like disadvantage on attacks, and
Never mind then.
people might have advantage on attacks against you.
I'll just try to. I have line of sight from there, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. And then as a free action, I'll say, let's see, who can I see that's over there?
3 sticks.
All right,
Me and
six.
the big
The
fucking-
Feldenar.
the fuck
Yeah.
off line.
Me, who's doing totally
So
fine.
I said that my like tiny servant was like over there, right?
It is this guy right here.
Oh, the little icon. Okay. Yeah, that's too far away. I won't say anything then.
Okay.
Yeah, not on my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, Yolov will use a legendary action.
Oh fuck, he has those.
He's got the legendary actions.
They both do. Let's not discount her too much yet. Oh fuck.
Look at what I have created.
Yeah, stop doing that.
I'm sorry. I wanted to save my mom.
We love
Should be.
Kalani. This is a good
I am.
good thing. Just stop making characters that'll fucking kill
All
us.
right.
Make
I need Bastion, Alyssa, and Kex to all make me intelligence saving throws. Kex, you are already stunned. This may re-up your stun.
Sick.
Double stun is you.
At least I'm good at these ones.
Is this a spell?
It is an effect.
What's the DC?
17, not too high.
21.
Bastion's going to fail.
Finally, an intelligence saving throw.
30.
I don't think we've ever seen one.
It's only happened once or twice. Like, one of the things O'Keefe hit me with was intelligence.
From Yolov, there's this psionic energy goes out from him. Kind of this blue, almost sapphire energy coming from him instead of the emerald green from Kex. As it washes over, you feel for a brief moment almost like your brain is getting scrambled. You start thinking of a plethora of different memories that have nothing to do with what you're doing currently. They start playing through your head really quick. Bastion, you just as he starts screaming, he's talking about like there's a fire, the house is burning. He doesn't know what to do. And just like, you guys got to get out of there. Got to get out of there. That'll bring to the Mind Drinker vampires. I'm running them all as one go, just for the sake of time. So they're all going to roll and see if they break.
No roll.
There is no roll.
No roll?
There
It's
is
a-
nothing.
It's a
1 minute.
It just, you are stunned for a minute.
Hell
There's
yeah.
nobody gets to save, including me.
Yeah, Kex is shit out of luck.
Hurry as well. All right.
Yeah,
That's so
Someone
funny.
could
So you-
de-stun me.
So we have one combatant on the field.
Yep, they'll bring to the soldiers.
Just go in and start. They're all gonna crit.
They're dashing to get as far up as they can. Aguilar runs up. Get them! And just
I'm gonna look at them and be like, please take your time. Strike true and strike hard.
I love it when you're a dick to the enemy.
Oh, just wait until it's my turn.
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm ready.
You're gonna be waiting.
Yeah, I know. Somebody can unstun me if they want to.
The 5th level if we get over there.
Yeah. As I said, if they want to. Aguilar!
Is a magical effect dispellable?
You could cast Dispel Magic on me.
Okay.
Maybe.
It'd be
That was
All
actually
right.
my plan.
it'd be 7th
a
level.
bunch of running. Sayil.
Yes.
Would I understand the Alyssa Please to be an action, bonus action? What would that do of my turn economy?
For you, I believe it's a free action. You're just simply asking.
Okay.
The bear itself has a reaction that it's kind of holding
It'll
for
use up
somebody to
charge.
say it.
Alyssa Please. Up there. Like up next to Sticks if possible.
You should definitely get up in
100% it can. Yeah.
in Hurry's face, still as me,
Yep.
and just
And you'll hear, thank you for coming and thank you for asking.
I'll tip a hat that you can't see as I'm Kex. I'll look at Hurry as she's drooling a little bit. Yo love. Shh, stop, please. I'll cast slow on Yo love.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
And can you tell me what school of magic is slow?
Counterspell.
Transmutation.
Gotta get those charges, you know?
22 wisdom save.
man. Fuck it.
He will burn a legendary resistance to save instead.
I'm sure he will.
Oh.
How do you?
Oh.
How can you tell what type of school?
I
Oh,
clicked-
evocation.
I clicked on the spell.
Sorry.
It says right underneath.
It's by the level.
Well, damn. Yolov is being a bit of a pain. I think we should take care of. Sticks, you do the thing you wanted to do. Everybody else focus on Hurry, as I will bonus action. Mantle of Inspiration. I will get Alyssa. I think I can see Bastion, but I can't see Kex.
There's nothing it would do for me.
You cannot see Bastion.
Okay.
Styx is going to use this mantle of inspiration.
The perspective of the tower in front of the pathway there is just confusing. But,
All of so that the crystal things, those are spires. So those are up in the air,
There.
and they're probably like what 10, 20
Can
feet high.
we take the AoE field down now? Since the spell went off?
Sure.
That just might help.
The colorblind guy wants to be able to see.
Yep.
How dare you?
Oh my god. That's so much easier now.
I'm going to use it.
I have Sayil selected. That is Sayil's actual vision right now. That's being displayed.
But you can see Kex.
No.
Holy shit.
Wait,
So
what? That doesn't make
that's-
sense.
It's a wall clipping thing. Don't worry about it.
why it's but I will target Alyssa, Sticks, the friend with the name who I can't remember,
Aguilar?
and Aguilar. No, the guy that Sticks
Is that full movement or half movement?
full has a
Full.
reaction.
Get to hurry?
For mine,
Have
I
to do
am
the thing you already said you didn't want to do.
Yeah, but it,
I'm gonna just step off the big fuck off Sphinx, and I'm gonna slowly walk around Hurry while looking her up and down. I'm gonna hold up my holy symbol.
I'll play with our food, please.
Oh, just wait. Okay, that'll be my. I got the 11 temp HP. How much damage does a 8th level guiding bolt do?
I wanted to know
22d6.
if I can move through the tight corridor.
It's just
beginning
half
of
speed.
the day.
It's just half speed for 10 feet.
And you do not
So
provoke
my moves-
opportunity attacks.
Yeah, so my move speed would be effectively 25.
Yep, it'd be
So
25 to get.
Could I get all the way to hurry?
How much is your move speed currently?
That's a great question because I use feline mobility, so I don't know if that.
Not same turn.
Okay. Then it would just be 30.
All right. 30 would basically get you right on the other side of this wall.
All right. Well, Sayil
And
said.
that's what's making it contested. No. Never mind.
So Sayil told me to go focus on hurry instead of Yolov, so that's what I'm going to do.
All right. You got it. Boom, boom. That's done. That's done. Sticks.
How is Hurry looking after the hits from?
Oh,
past?
dude, those 2 knives fucked her up.
Oh, excellent.
She's a wizard.
Yeah, a wizard through and through.
Oh, well,
I was hoping I was gonna kill her
I'm
on the
trying to
first
finish
hit.
this. So, Sticks, knowing that she's probably necromantic, that's not going to work. Blight, harm, not going to do too much. So he's going to walk up. He's going to hold his holy symbol right in front of her face and say, "Sorry about this." And he's going to cast Guiding Bolt at 8th level.
This is going to be a flat roll, unless you'd like to back up.
Yeah, because disadvantage on range attacks.
You know what? Actually, fuck that. Dude, you're literally going like right to her face.
Yeah.
Screw it. We're ignoring that.
Okay,
That's
so
dumb.
22d6 radiant.
Doesn't that auto?
The advantage.
Yes, that's
Yes.
why I'm doing 22.
Yeah.
It's 11 normally.
You still need to
As long
roll
as
the
it
hit.
hits.
Just, yeah.
At
with
advantage.
Yeah.
Her AC is not
You
very
can
high.
grab her by the back of the head and just.
Put the holy
Eighth
symbol in
is-
her open mouth.
So the first roll was a 19 plus 11 at 30. I shit you not.
Natural
Natural
20
20.
for 31.
Well, you unfortunately can't double crit.
That would be absolutely okay. So
Well,
22
Is there even a
d6.
reason to roll?
I want to
Because it's how many dice?
22 d6. Oh,
22. So
If he rolls poorly.
44 is the minimum it'll do.
how do I remove
If he rolls
dice?
poorly.
You don't.
Oh, right click. Okay,
Frame drop.
74. Right.
She's gone.
Tell me how you finish her.
I want her to see Kellamvor in his entirety. I want her to see what she has actively tried to defy and to like spit in the face of, really. I want this guiding bolt to be the spirit of Kellamvor himself. As if instead of a bolt, I'm manifesting his apparition and having him smite her.
It's his pinky finger that comes out of your symbol and just boop, straight through her head.
What was the gaze thing from last night?
Penance stare.
Yeah, penance stare.
You face to face with her, and your holy symbol has no actual pin for things to move, but it has moved in the past when Kellamvor's looked, normally for like divination spells, trying to speak with him, that kind of thing. At this point in time, you watch it fall to no. As
Fuck this bitch.
around you guys, you see the torso of Kellamvor hovering over Sticks.
Also, as it falls to no, I'm just gonna be like, ooh, bad luck.
As a hand reaches out, palms Hurry's face, and you watch golden light starts to shine out from her eyes. You can hear the radiant burning from the inside out.
And she can't.
She turns into a desiccated husk. Hurry actually has gold tattoos. She's a full black tiefling with golden tattoos all around. Those tattoos catch fire. Her veins turn gold.
Can't scream.
As stunned, you can gurgle.
No.
And that's all she does
That's rough.
until the hand lifts away and a corpse falls down. She has been essentially burned from the inside out, eyes missing, tongue gone. No, just burnt.
Crispy.
I was kind of hoping that we would flavor it as an actual laser engulfs her, and so it has to be like. But I like that flavor a lot.
There we go. Hell yeah.
I'm going to look at her corpse. I'm going to scoff. And I'm going to walk towards Yolov.
Yeah, I'm looking at Yolov. What's he doing?
Oh, yeah. What happens to the actually, this will depend on what I do. What happens to the thralls?
They're all still there. They're all still standing. Though you do see Yolov falls down to the ground, slumped over.
In that case, I will stay where I'm at, preparing to turn undead next turn.
Any signs of life out of Yolov that I can see any moving? Or just boneless?
Literally boneless drop. Falls to the ground.
Well, damn, Stinks.
I feel so much lighter.
For the purposes of this, we are out of initiative.
Okay.
Oh.
Can we leave? Can somebody unstun me, please?
Oh,
I'm going to wait a minute.
yeah. I'm going to go inspect Yolov.
And burn a 7th level Dispel Magic. Or wait.
I'm going to go inspect Yolov.
Yeah. And I'm going to get rid of my big form so that way I don't have to squeeze anymore.
Okay.
Even though I am a cat in a liquid.
That is true.
Even tigers get cramped in some spaces. All right.
Even with prep, I think that was the time. I think that was the fastest combat we've ever
Identify.
had.
Identify?
Yeah.
Oh. This is Yolov Triel. He has no spells affecting him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That is it.
Is he alive?
He's not.
He's a corpse.
He's a corpse.
Perfect. He's an object. So, tiny servant. I'm not going to do that.
It has to be a tiny object, so I will cast Animate Object.
If I use Turn Undead, what happens to the corpses?
CR4, correct?
Yep.
You guys see right after Hurry falls as a desiccated corpse. The rest of these literally just turn to ash and fall apart.
I'm going to walk over to Yolov and sit with Kex
I would
and
have gone over.
take his guidance on what he wants to do.
I'm vibrating, waiting to be.
I'll prop them up, try to get them prepped. And
Oh, Lesser Restoration.
that doesn't end it.
Nope.
We have to do greater or
Just gotta wait for me to.
I'll do Greater.
No, just wait. Might as well. Don't burn the spell.
Is there anything on Yolov's body? I know that he mostly used like psychic weapons.
There is armor. That is Demir armor. It is a living carapace armor. So it is essentially made up of, how do I put it? Chitin, there we go. It is made up of chitin. It is black. It is form-fitting to him. And as he dies, like becomes unanimated, you watch it actually start unseating itself from him.
It's the symbiote.
I'm gonna say to the Sticks, I don't know if you can resurrect him, but I don't have any diamond, so I can't.
Thanks.
I'm waiting for Kex.
Yeah, gonna.
This is not my decision.
I'm going through Hurry's pockets.
What's left of them?
All right. Kex, after a few moments, you come to.
I'll stand up and just kind of like.
I just look up from like hand in Hurry's like pocket.
We won.
Thank you very much for the follow there, Timmy.
Go ahead. It's all yours. I'm gonna go over to Yola's body and look at it first and peer for a consciousness. And even though I can probably already guess that there isn't one, Sticks, can you speak with dead?
What did I? While he's asking, I'm going to cast. What is it called? Gentle Repose. I'm gonna cast Gentle Repose, and I'm gonna one hand on him, and then grab one of Kex's hands as well.
Take your hand. Kex is just kind of like, before it's done, I want to speak with him one more time.
Let me just make sure. I don't think I prepared it, but
It's weird that that's not a spell that you always have prepared.
I understand. Yeah.
And hand that over to Sayo, please.
Wait. I wonder if there's a way that I can. Okay. Andrew, just because I didn't prepare the spell, I'm trying not to just be like, well, I want to talk with. Would it be okay if I burn Commune and ask Kellamvor to borrow Speak with Dead so that we can talk with Yolov?
Or bridge the gap.
Unfortunately, that is not what Commune is for.
Okay.
This is the pros and cons of having a spell list you can choose from every day.
Mm-hmm.
You take a brief moment. You see Kellamvor's golden light washes over Yolov. He looks different from the last time you saw him. There's obviously that carapace armor on him. You see that much like Clang, there are bits and pieces of him that have been sewn together, right? As well as there are new cuts and wounds that you have not seen before, realizing that he, much like Bastion, much like Clang, Bobo, have been experimented on in a way akin to what Nagpa do to their warders, their keepers.
Basically, they made him a ward for Hurry.
Or something similar. You look over and you see Sail has a note in hand that was found on her body. But besides that, Minister Aglar will kind of just put his sword away and go, I suppose the rest of us will just go deal with crowd control.
Yeah.
As down here in the Stones Causeway, quite a few people saw that fight, and a few of them are starting to creep out of their warrens. You see Medusa with masked basilisks are starting to approach. You see Minister Aglar kind of like puts up a hand towards them and like shows a writ as he's walking forward. They're dealing with the legalese of the situation that just happened, right? But effectively, the rest of these soldiers and people just stand guard.
Okay.
Are the mind drinkers like completely gone, like
Yeah.
dust?
They're all dead.
Yeah, they are evaporated.
Away from like grieving Kex, Alyssa's just gonna say like, and that's how you do an ambush, boys.
Yeah, you don't cast guidance before it.
Yeah, congratulations. That I don't think that could have gone better.
Was that? That was 45 minutes of planning for a half-hour combat.
Yep.
Well, that was the fastest combat we've ever had.
Kex would be just scooping Yolav's body up, taking it with him. He doesn't want any help.
The Feldenar not proffering help, but just falls in behind you.
Bless. Bless.
Be blessed.
Bless.
Blessed by post.
So you don't want us to cast Revivify?
he needs to be laid to rest.
Okay.
He's gone through a lot.
I
I think Styx would just kind of understand that inherently.
Kex wants to talk to him before, in some way, shape, or form, before it's done.
I did, for lack of better words, preserve him in a way that we can take him,
I know which.
speak with him, and then like
Kex by now understands what you just did was. So no words needed. He just gets it, appreciates it, but it's not the time for words.
yeah, Styx will go and thank the. I'm never gonna remember what that thing is. The big fuck off Sphinx.
Feldenar.
Feldenar.
We still have a Demir outpost in the water to go take a look at if you want to. I have rebreathers for everybody.
I mean, I burned the most that I could on Hurry, but I think that it was very deserved.
Yep.
We're down. How far away? Because I know where the area is. How far away is it?
It's underneath the
Crime Zonot.
undersea here. So you'd have to dive down in there and take a bit of a swim. It would probably 15 minutes if you were to take a boat and just go straight down afterwards.
I would probably proffer Sail first and be like, hey, so the Demir outpost, that's under the water.
Yes.
The water's a little weird.
So a few things. Hurry had these on her. She had an illusionist bracers.
That's good.
She had a staff of power,
Also good.
which is pretty fucking good, but it has to be sorcerer, warlock, or wizard.
So none of us.
Fuck.
I am a warlock,
Oh, you are a world. So
but
am
I
I.
already have a +2.
So am I.
Wait, it gives me a +2 to armor class, saving throws, and I kind of want this stuff.
Okay.
And
What
then
else?
what was the other?
You might be looking at the legacy or the non-legacy version. I don't
What's the
think.
legacy version. Power,
Does it give
staff
AC?
Power, legacy,
Let me pull it up.
very
Here.
rare, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. Can be wielded as magic quarterstaff, +2 attack to attack and damage rolls. You gain a +2 bonus to armor class, saving throws, and spell attack rolls.
That's the
Oh,
latest
whoops,
one.
I didn't give her the +2 to AC. It wouldn't have mattered anyways. Her standing AC was 14.
You're
With
saying my
mage armor.
30 wouldn't have hit?
It literally wouldn't have changed anything
What was the
for
third
her.
one?
Tome of Clear Thought. If you spend 48 hours reading over the next 6 days, your intelligence goes up by 2, breaking the limit of 20.
What?
That's 2 days straight.
Awesome.
That's also
Both of you could use it. but
technically. It doesn't have it's not consumed after use, is it?
No, it is.
I think that's an Alyssa.
That would give me another flash of genius
Yeah.
and increase my
All your skills.
the saving DC too.
Yeah.
It would bring it to 20.
But I can use the Staff of Power in place of my Cloak of Protection.
Yeah.
Which I think would be batshit. I'm quite happy.
Does it need to be consecutive 48 hours?
No.
Cool.
It's 48 hours within 6 days. If you look up Tome of Clear Thought on D&D Beyond, I will happily hand it out.
This book contains memory and logic exercises, and its words are charged with magic. If you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer studying the book's contents and practicing its guidelines, your intelligence score increases by 2, as does your maximum for that score. The manual loses its magic, but regains it in a century.
So
Oh, is it already used then?
It could be. Could not.
Probably.
I haven't identified anything. Okay. Illusionist Bracers. When you cast a cantrip, you can use a bonus action to cast the same cantrip on that turn.
Oh, that would be
Eldritch Blast.
That'd be really good for me, but if I'm taking the Staff of Power, which I would like to, I'm pretty much attuned out.
that would help me because my guiding or Sacred Flame and Toll the Dead are pretty spicy.
They're the dying twice.
Yeah. For real.
Actually.
Yeah, so Sacred Flame is 3d8 plus 6 and Toll the Dead is 3d8
Yeah,
plus
you
6.
got my shoe.
So
Almost did.
I would like you guys to know that Hurry had time stop. And if she had gotten to her turn before that went off, she would have used it.
Yep.
And just set some traps and fucked off.
This is exactly why I fucking turbo nuked her brain.
The plan was kill her before it gets to her turn. And if it doesn't happen, well, fuck. So
Last cannon.
Dimir Outpost. I would really like to do that.
Does she have a spell book on her?
She does.
Do you want that?
Yeah.
We're pilfering that body,
Yeah.
desecrating it.
There was a note. Your interest is noted. Should you wish to join, please bring an offering to the new Lord's vault.
Signed. Sorry, I forgot to sign it. Matron Cabas. And the date for today.
Yep. Signed, Matron Cabas.
Cabas is in Orzova.
Yep.
We need to go there.
We also need to take care of the Dimir spy ring.
I think that this is more important.
We're already down here.
What do you have intel on with the Dimir outpost that you're focused on? Like what is there that you
That is where all the vampires are coming from.
So we might be running into a Svadarak fight.
No, it might give me intel on trying to stop him.
Can I cast Identify while they're doing all this ritually to just see if this toma has been used already?
Yeah. It is not.
Book.
She was in the middle of reading through it.
And also we're
You've
saying
just gotten it.
going up to a meeting with Cabas in the middle of Orzova and who was supposed to just meet just died.
Yeah, we show up instead of her. She's not expecting us.
Right. But the last time we fought her, it took everything we had and we just used a lot of what we have.
All right, I say we do Cabas tomorrow because that's a bigger fight. If it is this important, we can go check the Dimir outpost. I need to talk to Mother Morose at some point today.
I can get into the outpost if you just check the water to make sure it's not going to do anything to me.
The water is not mine or any of my kin.
But you are Waterman.
Aqualad, one may say.
I will go down. Can we take an hour short rest? Do we have time for that?
Do that. Me and Aglar can arrange what's going to happen with Yolav's body and everything.
I would like to take an hour to attune to a staff of power.
Understood.
I probably need to find something as a focus too. Because otherwise I'm not going to be able to cast anything on the last fight.
Aren't your gauntlets the focus?
What's your AC?
16. It went up by 1.
What's your spell? Does that add to your spell save DC? Is it 23 now?
No, it's 22, but my spell attack is plus 16.
Jesus.
That's pretty good.
And the staff can also cast several spells.
Yeah, I was
that
going to
don't
say, I
have.
looked at the staff. The staff has its own juice in there.
Yep. I now have Cone of Cold, Fireball, Glow of Invulnerability, Hold Monster, Levitate, Lightning Bolt, Magic Missile, Raven Feeblement, and Wall of Force.
For sale.
Oh my goodness. Getting all this stuff here.
Alarm, Comprehend Languages, Detect Magic, Feign Death, and Rary's Telepathic Bond. Nice.
Feign Death I've had. I've just never really seen a use for it.
It's also in Cabas's book.
I feel like setting up an ambush is good, but other than that, it's like...
What do we just...
So you can disguise self and then feign death?
Yeah.
Okay, so we take a rest, and Styx has done what he wanted to do for the day, so he's just kind of down for whatever. He does think that Cabas is more important than like a
I just don't think we...
vampire thrall factory, because...
Imagine all the intel you can get from the Dimir base of operations.
Has there been any like intel from the HUD feed on the Dimir?
They're Dimir by nature, so they are sneaky. The HUD feed's great at like picking up movements of like large forces and stuff like that, but they are inherently moving through sewers, things like that, so you don't really get large forces moving from them.
Okay. Has there been anything else recently? We're in the city.
I mean, yeah, the Gruul are moving constantly. They lost a lot of their giants to Sael's speech, but you do notice that there are a lot more augmentations to their forces now. Undead beetles and forces like that have been added from the Golgari. There are what are called night horrors. There's different kinds of night horror that are normally found underneath the city of Guild's Row, like down where you guys are currently, that are starting to surface now that it is completely dark. And they feel more at home on the surface. More raids are happening because they have a thing called a flying horror, where they are literally just swooping in and just grabbing people and going.
Is that what Niv Mizzet was fighting at the raid of Sunhome?
Nope.
Really?
That was a different thing.
Yep. Niv Mizzet would be able to turn a regular flying horror into paste pretty quickly. But he did get ganked by 3 bigger things than just flying horrors. There are also times where you would be getting reports that like sections of the HUD go down for a while and then come back. And people have been sent out to investigate what's going on, and it is just because literal sections of the city are falling into the Shadowfell and reappearing.
I see. Has there been any Orzhov district movement?
Very much so. It's very busy. There are plenty of people moving in and out of it, masses of people, and sending people to do like an overhead flight. You realize those are just masses of undead.
So if we go into the quarter, we're going to need to fight our way through crowds.
If you go walking into the quarter, there are different ways you could go about it.
Okay.
I would talk to Aglar about the information we got from the note and the situation of how that was taken care of and all this, and kind of get his feedback on a next best step of what he thinks would be proper strategically.
I've been thinking on this for a little bit now. Why? They're giving us time to amass forces, amass friends. We have the giants. And as far as I understand, we are speaking with others to come in and assist, correct? We have those of the Turan. Man, there's dad sneezes and there's grandpa sneezes.
Sure.
It's a whole new level. No. Sorry, my grandfather was sneezing in the background over there. I'm not even sure if you guys could pick it up on it. You know, just kind of like with all the forces that the end would have to bear, that they have brought forward. There's a massive skyship. They have people ready to go. If we're waiting to amass people, aren't they doing the same?
Yeah.
Would we not want to start the fight now?
Some fights.
By what do you mean?
Well, I mean, why not? What we just did. This was fantastic. It was a great coordinated strike. You guys have already taken out Vathas. That's another heavy blow. I would say, why not just start that?
We intend to attack a Jameer outpost in apparently about an hour. Tomorrow is the Orzhov. I want to go get my boat, and I think we had other missions planned for attacking more remote locations and setting up ambushes.
We're doing it. Yeah. I agree, but I don't know if that we threw all of ourselves at them right now that we would come out. There's still too many innocents in the city.
Well, we know that at least the Orzhov quarter is not anything that we really care about. We could probably have
bombard it.
The innocents of the city are being strangled by the air, and then their souls are being forced to continue to puppet their dead bodies around. So,
No, the Orzhov is a priority. Absolutely.
What if we meet them on the Emperor?
The Emperor's not here yet.
we fight them in their home turf, and that always goes very badly.
They would never expect us to be there.
Well, this is supposed to be our home turf, and they've been running rampant with the Dimir ever since we, have had to deal with them.
Yep.
I would like to end that because they're probably also messing with my spy network.
That's what I'm saying is we have an opportunity to cut off a section of the head. We just took out who I believe is, for the most part, controlling all that ground info right now.
Well, then why would we need to go further?
Because they're going to scramble to try and pick somebody else. If it's all gone, then it's done. You don't understand the Dimir like I do. It will be organized. All it matters is who's at the head. They will not wait to pick another one.
Do they know that Hurry is dead?
Might not yet. That's the point.
Well, could we send Sail to be Hurry?
I don't know how well and what way Hurry was going in and out.
I don't either. I'm just saying if we pretend.
I'm going to die if I go in by myself.
Okay. Then are we just walking into a Dimir place and then...
All I have is the intel that is where they are coming from. That's where all the vampires have been coming from.
I understand the intel. I'm asking you, what do you think we should do?
Good.
And you said deal with the outpost, but that's not specific enough. Are we walking in? Or are we trying to set something up in the next hour?
Bastion will actually pop up and be like, that's where they've been coming from. I haven't noticed them going back in. Have you?
No.
That's where they're only going out. There's got to be... I don't see anybody dragging dead bodies back down to them.
Right.
Or live captives or anything like that. Who's to say that that's not a limited supply anyways?
Right.
There's obviously been a power dynamic shift here, and they've moved bases of operations to Orzhova. That's where all the activity is, right?
Yeah.
So who says there's anything going on down there anyways?
I don't know.
Also, just knowing that they're coming from there, we don't know, other than the fact that there's things coming out, what's down there.
That's why I think it's important to maybe at least try and find out. I'm not telling you that all of us should go down. I am more than fine going down, taking a look, and if I don't see anything, leaving.
I thought that's what had been happening throughout the week.
I haven't gone in there. I've just tracked movements.
Been scoping it.
Yeah.
I would say going with the sure shot that is Cabas is more beneficial than taking a shot in the dark at whatever's coming from there.
Yes or no, are we ready to fight Cabas today, right now?
I'm the only one who burned anything, really.
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
No. I purposely chose spells with the intent that I was going to be able to do some crafting. I do not have my war spells on me. It would be a mistake to attack today.
I think today is a good day for us to do the Dimir outpost, the recon, talk to Mother Morose, do all that shit, and then tomorrow we raid the Orzhov.
We have a dead Hurry.
Really quick, Alyssa, can you go ahead and give me a perception check?
Sure.
We have a dead Hurry. We
At
have
advantage.
them meeting with Cabas today. If they don't show up meeting Cabas today, Cabas will know that she's dead and we will not have any advantage.
They will already know Cabas is going to, or that something went wrong with her because we're sitting here for an hour resting. She's
26.
already supposed to be there by now.
You pick up on this due to your helmet. There's a small gray man that is sitting inside the streets just watching this conversation.
Does he look like he notices that I notice him?
Nope.
I'm going to vortex warp him over.
Hey, bud.
He would, sorry. I'll give him a save. No. That was a natural 1. The dice love to tell a story.
Yep. Yep. Hey, buddy.
What's up? What you doing?
I think I found some new food for our friend Tempe.
He's good for now. It's good for a week.
Yeah, we could save him for a week.
I don't want him to eat that.
Well, I want to know what you're doing here, so.
I can look.
They don't talk.
I know. That's the only way to get inside their brain, though. So I was thinking, why not 2 birds, 1 stone? It was a nice drink.
I can.
You want a drink?
Not really, but for the cause. I mean, I've drank from this before, right? Wasn't pleasant.
Get down real low. Like, hey, bud. Hey. So I want you to understand something. If you fight him and don't let him get the info from your brain that he needs, he's going to eat you. So just let him know what he wants. And then we don't have to worry about eating you. Okay?
Andrew, please stop with the face. Please, you're actually making me feel bad.
0% bad over here.
Can you give me an intimidation check, please? At advantage.
Wes is tired of these fucking invisible people.
27.
He's going to eat you. No. Oh, man.
There's a small piddle.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Would have been kinder to just kill him.
All right, I'll start slow.
I'll take it slow.
Yeah, I'll get in front of him and I'm just going to press into his consciousness. And I'm just going to see if he's going to let me. And I'm just like...
There are involuntary walls that just immediately...
No.
As he's...
Put him down.
I will cast suggestion. Relax. Just let him in.
All right, press in.
He legitimately cannot.
Okay.
He is constructed for this purpose. So you're going to have to push.
Okay,
So there was no point for me being that creepy and threatening.
Oh, no.
Guidance.
The point was he was going to try and escape.
Yeah. All right, I'll push in.
All right.
What do I need to do?
I believe that means he gets to make a saving throw against you.
Yep.
He has advantage on this particular check, but he only has a +2.
Guidance.
So what is your spell save DC?
Not very high.
Never mind.
I thought this would go off of my intelligence.
Right, barbs him.
14.
14. The detect thoughts?
I've never gotten anything for that.
Oh, yeah, you didn't
specifically.
choose.
Well, no, I have Raven Queens. Or no, that's Detect Magic.
Yep,
I have the innate Detect Thoughts.
correct. You only got half of it. You can only do surface level.
Okay.
You do not have the ability unless somebody lets you to dive in.
Okay.
So somebody with actual detect thoughts will have to man this.
Okay.
Does the Sphinx have it?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
The Feldenar does not.
Oh.
They have no spells, but Aglar does.
Aguilar.
Aguilar.
What is that?
It is the thing. This is an information gathering agent of the enemy.
They're all over the place and they're invisible.
Very hard to see. I didn't even notice this one.
Yep.
Could you take a look at its brain?
He starts pulling out a sword.
Not.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
He will pull out an Azorius Signet. And it's a upgraded one from the one that you originally had. He's going
Guidance.
to press it onto this thing's head.
Can I cast Bane on it?
Does that go against saves?
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. Please do.
Okay, so Bane is a
D4.
Yeah, minus a D4.
They need to make a wisdom save, though, correct?
Yes.
Charisma 19.
Charisma.
Okay. You don't got any Riz.
They have a -3 to their charisma.
I'm gonna hit it with barbs anyway and give myself advantage.
I'm gonna the barbs.
Actually.
No.
Okay. I was like, I will charge
not-
your gauntlets. Just
Yeah, not when you clearly state it, but when you don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, before bed, somebody burn a spell
Okay.
slot. Thanks.
I got 3 levels.
They will fail, and Aguilar will get in. Start sifting through. What am I looking for?
What they were reporting back to and about. I have to go talk to a puddle. I will start walking down the stairs.
He stops. He's auguring in on it. As he just quietly puts it into a headlock.
I love watching you work.
It pops.
He will sift through. He'll find the information. He goes,
He's the Yang to Morgan's Yin.
right. You watch it. He will actually pass out in his arms, and he will just drop it into a puddle of its own piss as he kind of. It was supposed to be watching Hurry specifically. So it being here was a happenstance, as Hurry is apparently a prospect to be added to the Cabal.
Well, good thing that was stopped.
That's why I was like, maybe we should pretend to be her.
So they were supposed to be meeting in about 10 minutes, but this has kind of done a little bit on her schedule as he looks over at the corpse. As far as I understand, they do need to report back. So Buddy over here has not given any information yet, but he will point towards the crowd. We don't have very many friends down here, so I wouldn't be surprised if they already knew. We were pretty loud. And by we, I mean you. In a good way. I'm not judging you at all.
Not a lot of choice.
It was...
Oh, I'm judging you. In a good way. Thank you for crowd control.
It's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
Judge.
Yeah.
That was the joke.
Yeah. Clover's blown.
I still think it's more important.
Well, anybody hungry?
I have not disagreed with you on the importance one time.
I don't.
Okay. As the rest of you guys bicker, you go speak with a puddle.
Is it the piss?
What are you using to go try to speak with the puddle?
I go down to the water that has been claimed by some sort of other entity, and I will burn an eye bite at 6th level and attempt to target the entity that is currently controlling it with frightened of me.
Okay.
The water?
I don't.
There's another spirit controlling
Yeah.
this waterway, and I'm attempting to target them through it and then take over the water.
Okay. What does their spell save need to be currently?
22 wisdom for panicked.
They're going to have to roll pretty high for those. Not with a 3. I mean, 9.
You see the water piss.
The water changes colors. It's bright blue.
Yeah, so you take a few moments, you cast Eye Bite into the water itself, and you watch the water begins to roil and boil. The purple kind of eldritch energy starts to become more and more apparent as now that this is happening, you notice a few more things. There seems to be a small layer of mucus on top as you realize this is not a Fey entity. This is an aberration. It seems to have taken effect. You do not know where the target is.
Right.
But very much so it has taken effect.
I will, in this moment where it is frightened of me, as my eyes just radiate this eldritch energy, I will attempt to control water from the closest point that I have control of and begin to spread my influence into the undersea.
All right. You are not the Lord of the Sea.
Yes.
You are the Lord of Rivers. The fact that this is salt water inherently, you do not have a normal amount of control on this. You would have to go all the way to the inlet where the river meets the sea.
Okay.
So you can do that, but it is a trickle compared to this entire sea. This sea is so large, you actually lose sight of the other end of it.
Call your mom, man.
It'd be Patharos.
Or Patharos. Himbo.
I could probably get him over here.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Hey, Alyssa wants to speak with you. Oh, but first.
In this moment, while I have this foreign entity kind of on the back foot, I will attempt to call out to Patharos. Can I even achieve any sort of contact with him in that way?
If you'd like to use your one use for the day of teleporting.
All right.
All right. You frighten this thing, you call on Patharos, and there is this smell of sea foam. Right? Down here it has been rotten. And you watch as a small pool radiates out as a familiar face pulls himself forth and
I look over at him. My eyes are like midnight black, like radiating shadowy wisps as I'm like holding out towards the waterways.
he will immediately copy you. There's no eye bite, but the same amount of control being pressed against it. Is he?
I have him on the back foot. Can you help me push his influence away?
We can try, but would it not be better just to strike down the source? They're in there. I can feel it. That is not just some spirit. That is a thing.
Pull it out.
Do you know what it is?
Oh, Himbo Patharos, do you know what it is?
But it is water. Does it get advantage on water?
Nat 20.
Natural 1, -1 for a 0.
But it's water.
This thing is not water, though. Actually,
He would get advantage in his own terrain, right?
I believe in you, brother.
I give him advantage. Okay, that's a lot better. That's a 17 -1 for 16.
Okay, that's something.
Not from either of our planes. That is alien in nature. It is, Mother has dealt with them from time to time. They develop cults. I think it's a Abaloth. A Bolith. Yes, they sometimes come from wherever the squid people are.
Squid people.
Oh,
You know, tentacles on their face.
Underdark.
Yes. Which tracks for where we are.
I will be attempting to reclaim the undersea for our kingdom at some point. I can't do it that well. It's not my kind of tea.
He will step onto the water itself, literally just standing on top of it, looks down at it. This all needs to go. This all needs to go. Nope. No. Nope.
This is not right enough for him. It needs to be gone.
I'm pushing it back as best I can, but it's
How far away is all this happening from where we are? Because I would
You know
like,
that bridge?
yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
All right, I think
He's
we're-
down the stairs from you guys.
I think we're all starting to kind of take a little notice and be like,
Is that Patharos?
that is Patharos.
Oh, wonder how he's doing.
Let's go find out.
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh,
This is awful.
Kyle did something.
Hey, what's going on?
Bad touch.
Yeah, what do we do to get rid of
As
it?
he's going to, doubling your efforts. I'm going to go murder a squid.
I will.
Can you pull it out?
No.
You can't make it come out? I don't know how water works very well, Patharos. I didn't even know you were going to be here. I'm sorry. Good
I
to
didn't
see
know
you.
I was going to be
Good
here.
to
I
see
didn't
you.
get prepared for
Hey,
it.
Patharos, can we breathe underwater with you? Is that something you can do?
If I had control of this space, I would.
Oh, okay.
I have rebreathers.
Oh,
So-
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. You
My
want
bite
them?
lasts for a minute. On each of my turns, I can inflict one of 3 I did panicked. If they succeed on the saving throw, I can't target them with casting of Eye Bite again. I would like to try to sicken them. One of the other abilities.
Okay.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. Here's what's going to happen.
I was gonna say,
Oddly enough.
are we doing this? Because we should take a break if we're doing this.
We did. We took a short rest.
No, like
A real life one.
Oh,
a break.
I see.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Aboleths are fairly dangerous creatures.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have the turn economy and the two water boys with you currently. It would be less of a fight than Hurry was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
And we can sit here and do a bunch of skill check challenges and yada, yada, yada. You're going to beat it.
Okay.
So this will simply be a tug of war. It will cost you time,
Okay.
is all it's going to cost.
I think it's worth it to purify the entire sea from.
The purifying part will take a little bit more time, but getting the entity out will certainly help with it.
I think it's worth.
Yeah.
I think that's completely worth it, and then I can swim down there without having to worry.
I'm sorry, there was stank water, and my character's whole thing is
Oh yeah.
We're getting there.
cleaning stank water.
Never mind. Yes, Lizzie.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Do I see True Sael when I look at him?
Oh.
Yes,
No, it is. He's constantly under disguise self.
Yeah. Always.
That is a great question. You would see through illusion.
Does he look like Pizarros or does he look different?
He looks... So Patharos has this, like, light blue skin inherently, right? He even has like webbed fingers. His ears themselves, while they are like fully pointed, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have almost like fins coming off the back of them, right? He is constantly, like half of his skin glitters like it is scales. What does Sael's true form look like?
He's wearing his original clothes, but he looks... I'm imagining like a little bit of Eastern European nightmare creature, like sharp, angular, elongated, like hands and features, and like
Hold on.
just a stabby, needle-knifed kind of elf, almost.
Okay.
That loft but water.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Like that, but watery.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Witcher 3 character.
Yeah.
A bit narrower.
Ironically, a vampire.
He's just... This is the darkest purple his magic probably gets, is when he's casting like hexes and curses on things like he is right now, as he's like twisting the energy of this creature that's in the water. And the creature he's twisting is horrifying in its own right.
I was gonna say, just a bit uglier.
Glad we're on the same team.
Gross.
Yeah. There's eventually, through this tug of war, it takes you probably the better part of an hour.
Okay.
And eventually going belly up is this white, semi-translucent slug of an aboleth. It is the size of a small whale. Has tentacles streaming off the back of it, one singular eye in the front, a cavalcade of teeth that you see it just finally bursts up from the water and begins to spew up the combination of Patharos and Sael's magics combined as it was drowning in its own sea.
Nice.
It tries to make its way to shore before it just shrivels up, almost like a slug that has had salt poured on it.
Patharos have quite literally never been happier to see you. That was awesome.
Thank you. I didn't even realize this was a place that I had lost.
Let's do this again.
You're,
I need somebody to take care of it. I volunteer.
you're vast in your multitudes. it might be a good place to keep an eye on quite closely for the next couple of
We
years.
might have just secured a way for water people to come in and fight.
He literally is just still standing on top of the water. You watch him kneel down, almost like somebody looking for tracks. He puts a finger into the water itself, starts to like spin and turn. He just
Tharos, are you, now that that thing's gone, are you kind of able to grasp what's down there better?
better, sure. I'm not this place's master yet.
There's a outpost or some kind of staging ground that vampires have been
It's like a tumor. I can feel it.
coming through. Can you tell what's still down there?
No. Just the same way that I can see that building, but I cannot see what's inside.
Can you send us to the building?
I was about to say, could you go down and look? You are just going to be able to traverse water better than we are. That's just a fact. Because my goal is to get down there and clear out whatever is down there if something still is. But my compatriots are a little worried about that task.
Well, I wouldn't say you should be. There are plenty of things in this water that are just as bad as what that was. That had a vested interest in the waters itself through this, and he'll like pick up the mucus again.
Like prestidigitating.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, it's going to take so long to clean out. That being said, there are basilisk eels, sunken ships that I think have moving corpses.
yep.
There is a litany of things that must be cleaned. So, can I go check? Yes, I will go check.
Thank you.
If you don't hear back from me, you need to come help me.
I can link us
Right.
Is how far does that?
a mile.
It much more than a mile.
Okay.
I can link us.
It is effectively in the middle of the sea.
Okay.
So, short boat ride out, but quite a ways down.
Okay.
Alyssa, did you get my letter?
I think I did. I sent a reply.
He pulls out some soggy paper. The ink is
Oh, geez.
sorry.
I don't quite recall what I wrote, but
Was it nice?
I think you would have found it a mixed bag.
Mixed bag.
Yeah.
Say that before we're gonna make him do shit.
Baggage.
He's gonna just like he's backing up, still on top of the water. And there's this weird moment, like every step he takes, he's getting deeper and deeper into it. I was like, well, we'll just have to talk more about it over dinner.
Sounds great.
Sushi.
All right. Do you have a shower where you are?
Yes. Yes. There
Sahil,
will be amenities, brother. Thank
Sahil
you.
is the shower. Literally, he is.
And he will sink into the waters, and after a brief ripple, Batharos is gone. Yeah. With that, I think we will go ahead and take our break now.
Yeah.
We started a little bit late, but we'll go and pick up with what you guys want to do next.
Good shit done.
No? All right. For those of you watching at home on the YouTubes and stuff like that, this is the end of the episode for you. But if you're watching this in real time, hey, we're going to see you here in a little bit. Either way, we love you, and we'll see you in a bit.